Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality with Three S's. I'm your host, Chantele Francis, here with Mika and Miss T Joy to talk about Love Island UK Season 11 episodes 36 and 37. How are you doing on today's hump day, Mika?
I'm good. It was a solid hump day. Got some stuff done. Listen, I've got one person out that I really wanted today, and so we making some traction here.
We're making some traction. Hey.
Woo! We
Yeah.
did make some traction. How are you doing, Miss T Joy?
I'm doing good. Some people have left. Some people shouldn't have left or who they left with. But everything is all good.
Really.
I saw somebody's it kind of ended up spoiling me, but it's okay. I saw someone said, "Ding dong, she's gone," and I'm assuming like "ding dong," which is you know.
Oh yeah. I saw something similar, but it just said Jess. They said, "Oh, Ayo's still here." And but not Jess, and they sounded like disappointed, and I was like, "Oh my god, no, he can't stay here without Jess. No, he like you cannot do this to me." Yeah,
It's gonna be on her heart.
Correct.
We can't there without Jess.
that was the other Jess, and I started freaking out.
I
So
know.
you thought that it was Ayo was going to be left to go and mess up things with her and Josh?
Yes,
That would have been so annoying
tell you
if
something.
that
I
was
was
it.
pissed. I would have been pissed.
Josh can get my number. Josh can get my number. Okay.
Really, even with the way he's kind of
He's
talking
so
and moving.
confident. He's so smooth. It's
No,
like,
I think he likes Mimi. I think he's concerned.
Right.
yeah, me too. But I'm just saying, I like a man who's confident.
Yeah.
I like a man who's confident and smooth, and just the way he talks to her. And it's like you feel like he can lead you, and then I can be in my feminine. Like if I have a man who's full of confidence and I believe in him and I feel like he can lead me, I'm left to be so feminine and girly and
We're like,
yes,
where are we
guys,
going?
whatever
Order
you
for me,
say.
hun.
Okay, yes, order for me. Okay, like I like all of that. Like, do it.
love when people order for me. I really do. Even like my best friend, who is a white woman, she orders for me at restaurants.
I love when people know me like that. That means you know me. Like you my
Yeah.
people, you know me. You can order for me. Ugh,
exactly. I mean, I could order for her too, but like she always just like, I'm like, yeah, you know what I like. Yeah, but yeah, when it's a guy, like
it's sexy.
It's very sexy. Like even like they know your coffee order.
Yes,
that's hot too. You don't have to ask me.
Oh yes, girl. Yes. Ooh, I'm having. Making me want to call some people. Oh.
Hi, Mary.
Hi,
Thanks for being here.
Hi, Mary.
Kay's burner house says ding dong, the witch is dead. Good riddance. 1 out of 3 Jesses are gone. But how did we get there? We have to go back in time to yesterday's episode 36, where we see Will pulling Uma, and he just tells her, like, you know, he's going to really put in some work. He's going to step up his game. Now, did you think that Will was going to actually step up his game? Like, what was your thoughts about Will and his intentions with Mimi? Do you think that he likes her? Do you think that he tolerates her? Do you think that what are your thoughts?
I think that Will was playing a game, and I don't think he had any intention, based on how he reacted, spoke to her, dealt with her at movie night and post casa in getting into her good graces. He know he could just smile and beg for a kiss and have her cater to him, and I don't like that man.
Not as bad as
he's
Aaron
not even
from
fine
UK.
enough. He's not even fine enough to act like that. He's not even fine enough to act like that.
But that's the thing that I've found with some white women that are white men that date black women, and it's not their usual type, or it's not somebody that they are always find really beautiful and attractive, is that they think that they are the prize. Like, I'd have to just take it back to some people that have the gall to message me on dating apps And I'm like, and it will be the most unattractive white man they could possibly find.
Yeah.
And it's almost how it feels to me. Maybe I'm completely wrong and like they just think that I'm beautiful. But I feel that they think that I would be so lucky to be in a relationship with a white man. That like
I feel like that's it. That's it.
I
He
agree.
feels like that she should think of this as a privilege. I stayed with you. I came back single.
I'm a white man that's staying with you.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, anyways, I as much as I want them to kind of work out, like for her, you know what I mean? I think she is very much into him. She's probably taking his standoffishness as, you know, slow burner or like the whole Rob effect, onion, whatever. But I don't like the way that he doesn't feel like it's necessary to manage her feelings and to be considerate of her feelings. And this is seemingly a trend with both Love Islands, USA and UK, is that the women's feelings are not justified. They're supposed to immediately get over the actions of the man because they told them to, because they came back to them. And it's like, I'm still hurt and offended. Like, how dare you tell me how long I can be hurt and offended?
Right. But did you notice that the one black man doesn't say how long? He's willing to, even though he has done his dirt, he knows he can't rush her. And he's like, oh, take your time, or he's not, but it's Aaron. Like the white. It's
I was like, I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm on the UK. I'm like,
she crossed the universe.
We're in the multiverse. Okay, sorry. You're talking about Cornell.
Yeah, we're in the multiverse. Sorry. I thought we were there. You were talking about Rob and the onion, so I thought we was going back and forth.
But I went back to Will. Jessica's here. Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
Hey, Jess.
We see Nicole and Jess, and Nicole's like, tell me everything. Which Jess is this? He's actually 10 out of 10. Am I like really behind? Hold on. Am I in the wrong?
This is Jess.
That's right. That's right.
This is the OG Jess saying, tell me everything that happened on the date.
Oh, wait, but which date?
This was the three that had just come back, Uma and
But why? Oh, telling Nicole and Jess. Nicole and Jess are asking them to tell them everything. Okay, sorry. I was like looking at my notes. I'm like, what? Nicole and Jess? They like I thought they were talking to each other. No, they're talking to Mimi and Uma and Jessie about what happened on their date. And Mimi says that he's actually 10 out of 10, 10. And, you know, it's somebody that she would go for on the outside. And, you know, she's pretty smitten. And Jess tells her that Grace and Emma actually deaded their relationships while they were either getting ready or out on this date.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's put it in notes here. Go.
It was like a coordinated hit. You do it and you do it. And then just
exactly. They're not slick. Not slick
at all.
Especially Grace.
So Josh and Reuben, back from the date, are buzzing. You know, they really had a good time. Josh does feel like that there was a spark there. Now I think he's talking about with Mimi, because like he can't be thinking that there was a spark. Oh wait, sorry. Josh thinks of the spark. I keep on thinking that their names are reversed for whatever reason.
No,
I feel like Reuben looks more like a Josh, and Josh.
He does. He actually does look more like a Josh. And
I will say fair. He does look like he would be a light-skinned Josh.
Yes.
I guess there's been a couple of those in the village.
Yeah.
So anyways, Josh was saying that he feels that there was a spark there. And I love that he's feeling that there's a spark there.
Mimi, I love that.
He feels like there's a spark there.
Literally, there was a spark. So, like, Josh, when he's talking to Mimi, he just is like, that white looks good on you.
Mm-hmm.
Reuben, that was Reuben, sorry. But Josh was like, I got this, you can do this, and oh, look at you. This, like, he like was just like, and not thick, not like, oh my God, he's playing such a game on her. It was just like, oh, you could see them giving each other the eye.
Admiring her. And
yes, That's
wants
exactly
her
what
to
it
know
was.
that he approves.
Right,
He
right.
I
approves
feel like
of
they
this
should have came in
message.
sooner. Oh my goodness, they should have came in sooner.
I mean, they still have a shot to win, so it's fine.
And now he should not. He came in at the right time. I'm sorry. I think if he had came in sooner, she
She
might.
wouldn't have been able to go for it. She
Yeah.
wouldn't have gone for
Yeah.
him.
That's true.
Well, maybe if he came in around the time, like if he came in around the Uma time,
Okay.
maybe that would have worked. Like maybe,
Instead of Omar.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was playing the game and there's some love triangles, maybe
Yes.
she wouldn't have fully entertained it, but they would have started to get to know each other.
Right.
And so when that was kind of like deaded, she like, you know what I mean? It might have been
Right.
come around or whatever. But I
Yeah.
do think this might be the better timing because she is
I think
free.
she's done. I think she's done and free.
So,
Yeah.
hope
I
so.
think
I
she-
hope. I don't know. It's looking.
Oh, poor Mary. Mary had too much work today at the office. Had to leave you. I'll check back later. Sorry, girls.
I was
No
working
problem,
too,
Mary. we are on too often. Don't worry. We understand. There's a lot of TV happening right now, and so we appreciate you coming on when you do. I dropped a video yesterday at like 2 a.m. and Mary's like, "Do you never rest?" And I'm like, I don't really sleep. I mean, I love sleep. I try to get 8 hours, but lately with doing both of these Love Islands and the recap styles that I've been doing, like I don't start it sometimes until 1 a.m. And sometimes I want to finish it before I either go to bed or have it posted. So sleep has been less than usual, definitely. Joey talks to Jesse and she basically said that she went there as a wing woman. I really don't like Joey.
They
how
do not
he
like each other.
interrogates people.
They really do not like each other.
I don't think he likes her at all. He just kind of, in my opinion, interrogates her and like wants her. I don't know. He like put her on like a leash in a weird way. Like he has, I don't know. It's something controlling and manipulative.
But he kind of did it with Grace too. The only person he did not have to do that with it was Samantha, which is like then ultimately maybe you should have just stayed
because she limited herself. That's because she leased herself. Yeah.
Right, because she leased herself. So it's like you like I just don't like that man. I don't like him.
But you know, he trusts her, he trusts their situation, and they kiss. Like I just don't think that he likes her at all. I think that he just knows that she's not going to put up a fight with him. He's going to let him do whatever he wants, say what he wants. I don't think she's going to leave him to go pursue another connection.
Exactly.
And so he could just ride this wave to the end. But with Grace, especially with Grace's heart rate raising for these black men, I think that he just feels like he can't control her enough. Like she is going to do what she wants. She's not enamored by Joey Essex.
So that is believable so that they could win. Yeah.
I don't know if he thinks he can win, but I think he wants to get to the end with Jesse.
Yeah. So either he thinks he can win or like either he's delusional enough to think that he can win, or they told him, listen, you do a good job and get to the end, we're giving you a bonus.
Right.
That's how I feel.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, maybe he got like a bonus for appearance fee, whatever. It's like, say it's like 50 grand. And if everybody usually gets say $100 or $1,000 per week, maybe he's getting $2,000 per week that he's there. And so he wants to stay as many weeks to make his like stipend bigger, maybe. I mean, yeah. Uma's got her sparkle back now that she has somebody that's interested in her, willing to compliment her. Just on the date, it just felt really nice that have Reuben just be all about her. I love Uma happy.
I wish she had kept going with that.
Yeah, because I love their banter on the date.
So much brighter.
The best man win, and I thought she was into it. Like I thought she was into the pursuing, like really open to it, but she really wasn't. Like as soon as she wasn't, but I just felt like you're happy like this.
She just likes the attention, and I said this earlier about her. Leo. She likes the attention. She just like I think these men think she likes them. Aya went through it. Who else went through it? Like Omar went through it. Like, you think that she likes you, but really and truly she just likes the attention that you're providing her. And at the end of the day, that kind of sucks, because then we see kind of what happened.
I think she likes white men too, just to be honest.
Or wants to be chosen by a white man.
Mm-hmm.
Now, interestingly enough, it looks like Josh and Reuben are both Sagittarius. So I think that's also why I think they did get along, Uma and Reuben, because like the fire sign, they just make a better fire. So I do think that they did have that spark, but her interest was just in Will right now. Like, if Will wasn't in the picture, maybe she would have allowed that to actually grow, you know? Emma is going to sleep upstairs because she does not, like, you don't even want to sleep in the bed with Connor? Like, what happened?
I don't know. And it's so weird because it's like,
she never liked him. What y'all mean? What happened?
No.
But to not sleep in the bed with him?
But
because
like,
she wants new people to know she's available.
I don't think that's it. Something, I don't know. I think she is weird. To be fair, how is Connor still here?
Because people feel bad for him. I think people feel bad for him. I think people feel like
anybody that felt bad for him.
Fred Stones had someone in his comments call him Dread Mouse. Did I tell you that already? Dread Mouse, but like, you know, like dead mouse. Anyways, anyways, it was just really funny when he was like, "Dead mouse, I'm dead," because he looks like a mouse and he's got dreads. Then there's also dead mouse. Dread. Anyways, you don't think he looks like a mouse?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think he looks like a cartoon mouse a little bit. Anyways, Grace thinks that she is a fit with that. Well, they think that they're both fit. Sorry, and they are. I think they are both very cute.
Yeah.
And Josh is very sexy.
Yes.
Again, my type. Like, guys, when I'm saying the kind of man that I'm looking for,
him in 20 years.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
How old is he? He said he is 29.
Yeah.
Him with 10 years on him.
Yes.
I'll even give him 6, maybe.
6 is too young. A decade. Like
that 39 though, I would scoop him up.
Like
39, I'd be
39. I'm 40. Yeah, 39 would work.
Yeah.
39 is like 4 years.
4 years. 5 years.
That's like me. I think I had to do 3 years. I think we talked about this already.
Yeah,
but like, my brother's 4 years younger than me, and I still think of him as a baby with his friends playing like soccer in the backyard, like at 6. And I just can't. You know what I mean? I've just seen that age group go through puberty. It's just not for me. It's too close to home.
Yeah, literally Josh with 10 years on him, and I'd be happy. I'd be happy with it.
I would consider things, you know. I'm not gonna rule anything out. If we met and connected, I'm not gonna be like, you're 5 years younger than me. I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just like Ellis.
Also, not a Sagittarius, please. No.
Oh, he's Sagittarius. I am like a Sag, so.
Yeah.
This is
he gives Sagittarius energy, because Sagittarius men, whenever I have encountered them, they always like to be the leader. They like to take control. And if you can take control, you can take control. But if you can't take control, you can't take control. So that's kind of my thing. Like, if I meet Sagittarius men that are trying to take control, but they're not, that's really not, you're really a beta. It doesn't work for me. But one like him, I'd be like, yeah, take it.
You want to drive? Here's my keys. So Will was with Uma in bed, and he's like, please, can I have a kiss? And so I think she just gave him a kiss on the cheek, right? She didn't actually kiss him there, right?
Yeah, kiss on cheek.
You see in the bed, Nicole and Kieran and Sean and Matilda making out. Honestly, like, I need Sean off my screen, I think.
Me too. I can't even believe. I thought people didn't like him. I couldn't believe he wasn't in the bottom. Like,
I'm sure he was in the bottom, but they only did bottom 3. Like, the bottom 3 to me was the right bottom 3.
Yeah,
I,
I know. I just want him off so bad. I know.
like,
I get what you're saying.
yeah. I'm trying to see. I mean,
He's probably
I
next.
yeah, like I think he has enough friends that he wouldn't be like the bottom 3 of this.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
But
but
now he's gonna be close.
now he's gonna be close. Now it's gonna be like, yeah, get him out.
Let's get him.
Yeah.
So in the morning, Joey asked if it's, what did he ask? Something, I don't know what my writing is. And wait, I can't even read my writing today. When did I write this? Yesterday? And the girls binned okay, so yeah, they're talking about the fact that like the girls being Grace and Emma, they decided to cut it off with their guys. And so I think this is a discussion with Joey, and Joey, I think he's sly. I think that does he want Grace to be into him, or is he trying to make people think that Grace
He
is
wants
into
her
him?
off the show. He wants her off the show. She
Like,
didn't play right for him. He don't want her on the show. She didn't
like,
do right
in
by
his
him
head,
because he really wanted to be with her, but she wouldn't do right by him and let him control her and do what he say. So now he don't want her, and he don't want her on the show. He don't want her.
in his head, she's there because of him. In his head, she was almost dumped a couple of times. In his head, she should not be there anymore.
Whatever.
I can definitely see it. That's the only reason why, like, I need Grace off the show, but that's the only reason why I'm just like, oh, but Joey's still there, so she's still fucking up his vibe. So
I would rather Grace stay. Well, as long as she's not like interfering with Josh.
Exactly.
But I'd rather Grace stay than Joey. At this point, like, I'm absolutely done with Joey.
Yeah.
I don't know, because Grace keeps thinking she can have every black man. I don't know. She getting on my nerves, though. I don't know.
But, like, would you rather keep Joey?
I mean, Joey doesn't. I mean, he doesn't really bother me. I mean, he's arrogant, but
you don't think it bothers you when he's like faking his reactions? When he's just all like, I don't know. I wonder. Okay, actually, when we get to it, I'll ask you guys. Uma talks about the fact that Sean was begging her for a kiss, and so I think that this is enough for her to be roped back in. The fact that he really just wants to kiss her. I wish that she just had more clarity, or more experience to know that like she could make him wait longer, and she could pursue somebody else and see whether or not the connection is actually there, because he did it. I know that's not really her style and her personality, but it's just frustrating on both seasons of this show, in US and UK, that the women have to wear the chastity belts and the guys get to go around and be sluts and do whatever they want, and the women will just freely forgive them. And if they take too long to forgive them, all of a sudden now they throw a temper tantrum. So
exactly.
Will was starting to get annoyed by the fact that Uma wasn't fully forgiving him. We see Aaron literally throwing a tantrum because Kaylor keeps on bringing things back up, even though he said that she forgave him. It's like, but new things keep on coming out. I feel like you don't trust me. It's like, because you're doing things, you're lying to me. So
he hasn't told the truth. He hasn't told the truth once. We said that. The public told her. This is the thing too. Like, she was so shocked, and we tried to tell her though. Like we.
He said he loved me.
That's so manipulative. That guy. So who said this? Graft versus Grovel with the coffee. Oh yeah, it must have been. So both Reuben and Will brought Uma coffees, and I did like Reuben's
They both bought
line.
it. I thought Reuben just bought it.
No, they both.
No,
she
they
already
both
had
brought
one
it
from Will, and so Reuben is grafting. And Will is groveling, and so he's like, "We'll see which coffee wins."
Girl, if he was groveling, he'd have made you a whole breakfast. He not groveling because he know he don't have to grovel because he know you gonna get over it. He just brought you the coffee because it's another man. So he thought I should do something. But really, if it was no other man, he wouldn't have even brought you no coffee. Like he's
it's just groveling. So wild how little, like, it's like how many, like, the crumbs that we are willing to take as women, especially when we're just like, we'll take a crumb a little bit of respect. We don't need you to fully respect us, just a teeny little inkling of respect, and then we'll forgive you for all your misdemeanors. It's really unfortunate. So Josh does pull Mimi from Blade and takes her over. I thought it was to the terrace, but then they ended up in the hideaway.
Ooh! I love this scene.
Like, he did more for her one morning than Ayo ever did.
Yes. Mm-hmm. He brought her coffee, everything.
And you see Joey being all extra, like, where are they going? What? They're going to the hideaway. What? Hideaway. And I'm like, it's really just another place in the villa that you can't see where they are. Like, you're the only person that's had sex in the hideaway, Joey. I think, right?
I think maybe.
Did he?
I think him and Grace. I think maybe.
Oh,
because they were saying that they couldn't show it on TV because it was too X-rated. Anyways, that's what I'd heard. I don't know. Who knows? Kay here says, I want Grace gone more than Joey. She's dangerous. It irks my spirit. I do understand this.
I agree.
But like, Joey just is so annoying, and I feel like he's more like they're both calculated to a certain degree, but I feel like Joey is worse.
But Grace is trying to ruin things for Mimi.
So is Joey though.
Joey's trying to get Ayo to come in and go for Mimi again.
Is he saying, do you still have feelings? He's asking the questions, but
no.
I think he's doing it because he wants Ayo to go for Mimi, because I think that, well, I don't know why he's doing it actually, because Mimi and Ayo have a better chance of beating him than Ayo and Jess.
Exactly. I think he's just talking to him. He's like, I could just tell you still have feelings for her. I didn't, he wasn't like, go to her right now. Like, he wasn't, but Grace
I actually think it's
get her little self in the middle.
I think he thinks
that if he can get Mimi out of a strong couple back with Ayo, people will not vote for her, because that is the history of the show. They like, oh, you went back to the guy that messed around, we're not voting for you. It's happened every single time. Why wouldn't it happen now?
Jessica says Josh and Mimi's chemistry was so effortless. I felt shy and giddy watching them in the hideaway. Yes. She just looked happy, and it doesn't look like Josh is playing a game with Ayo. I feel like his charm and his flirting is calculated.
Yeah. The way he had them drinks waiting for them. I said, girl, he got drinks. He already got it set up. He already been in there to set it up for you. Okay.
Or the producer. But
but to be fair, I also feel like she must feel the chemistry a lot, because remember when she was with Ayo, she refused to kiss him for a bit. Like the first time, and then I think even the second time. And she was just like he asked her, and she was like, no. And then the second time she did do it, then they were making out. Like, I think she feels it.
I agree, Case Burner. He's done more than 24 hours than I did in 3 weeks. Absolutely. Kay says everybody is sabotaging Mimi. She is that girl. Now that she knows how popular she is with the public, the scheming will be worse. Mimi is everyone's storyline.
I agree. That's what I want to talk about when we get to it. When he got put in that bottom 3 and Jess S got put in that bottom 3, he was standing up there looking at Mimi, and I think it registered in his head, oh, she's been carrying me. Because he's so arrogant. He thought it was the both of them together staying out of the bottom. But in that moment, it was like, oh, this Mimi, oh, they mad at me for Mimi, and so Mimi was carrying me.
I don't even know if he thinks about that yet, but we'll get there. So they had their Josh was definitely being extra about. Sorry, Joy was being extra about the hideaway, but she's really so confident with him, and like she's talking about how confident he is, and like they do the handshake because she's like not gonna kiss him, and then they kiss, and I'm like, Mimi is enjoying the dance with Josh.
Yeah,
she's enjoying it.
Yeah, and it was like she was like, oh, you're smooth, but you like, to me, I think Io's type of smooth comes off greasy, and Josh is kind of smooth, it's like a turn on because I
Yes.
don't feel like there's ego behind it.
Right.
Well, and I think how he does it is by lifting her up, not
Right.
making her feel insecure. Like
Yeah.
he's saying, like, you know, I feel like I could bring out your bubbliness. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's like, I feel like I could make you more beautiful. Like, you know what I mean? He's empowering her to be her full self because he finds that to be attractive. And I feel like, not specifically with Io, but in how his flirting, I think she feels like shy and insecure and like, what do you think? You know what I mean? And like, yes, it's a different kind of dance and like it's definitely alluring, but I think that she's enjoying this kind of allure because she feels beautiful and she feels seen and like, you know, they get into the jacuzzi, excuse me.
Yes, and I think he did that purposely because he knows that Io told her Jess brings out a different something in me. So now he wants to tell her, I think I'm bringing out a bubbly side of you. Like, you know, he's not the only one that can get stuff bought out. I can bring it out of you. You're that girl. Don't forget it. You're her. Like, he just couldn't bring it out of you. Like, I love that.
So they come back from the hideaway and we see Blade and Hugo having a conversation. And Hugo said like, oh, they went right away into the hideaway. And like with like he had an opinion about the fact that she went with him to the hideaway.
I think he liked her.
Jess won't take you in the hideaway.
No, I actually think Blade likes Mimi.
Oh, Blade. Well, because it was Hugo that said that line, and then Blade said, and there's no problem with that. So he was supporting them.
Yeah, Blade said there's no problem with him.
I think he likes Mimi. But
really?
Apparently somebody said he pulled her for a chat like the day before.
Maybe because like she definitely wasn't giving any energy to the guys at Casa, so there wasn't really an opportunity for them to get to know each other, and so maybe he wishes that there was an opportunity to get to know her before these new people come in, and he's still partnered up with Grace at that like beforehand. So, they talked. Mimi talks about how the chemistry was crazy.
She's not wrong. Like she's actually seeing it. It's actually right. It's like it's not fake and it's not made up. You're actually see. It's like a fog lifted off of Mimi.
The way he twirled her around, it was like, why are you not modeling? And the way he put his hand on her butt when he was kissing her, yes, it was everything.
And can I say this, guys? If she can get this right, she has a chance because Facebook loves her.
Facebook? Wow. I mean, I guess there's not really that many people to get behind this season. So so it's good that the Facebook moms can
and she, because you know she doesn't fall into that black woman trope. She's
not
so
loud,
emotionally intelligent, you know what I mean? And she took everything on the chin, and you know that's what they want from their black woman.
Yeah, she's docile enough for her to be acceptable.
Correct. So if I listen, I don't care as long as it can get my girl a win. She just got to properly. Which means do not go back to Io. She cannot go back to Io.
Don't go back to him, please.
I don't even want to see them have a conversation again.
I said this. I said this yesterday. I said if I wake up to PR in the morning and it has them talking and Josh talking to Grace, I'm going to scream.
Yeah. Hi, Kay. Thanks for being here. Kay's burner account says Josh and Mimi look good together. Mimi's energy was zapped by Io. She's got her groove back 100%.
Yes. And that's on everybody who's like, she's just boring. You guys are just gonna have to understand that she's just boring, and that's why he doesn't really he's not settled with her, and she's just boring. No, she had so much sparkle in the beginning of this show. Yes. Is she quiet and a little more laid back? Yes. But you can see what he was saying was correct. He is bringing back out her bubbliness, and she's a little more talkative and a little more jokey than
she was nervous around Io because he never made her feel secure.
He never made her feel secure.
In a terrible way.
KB says Mimi is really well liked. How can anyone really hate her? She's kind, smart, beautiful, docile, mild-mannered, all the things. A real humble baddie. Yeah, she's a real
Yes,
humble
and a
baddie.
baddie she is. And I'm glad she remembering now because a baddie she is. Okay.
Uma, Nicole, and Matilda is who Mimi is telling about the date, and they're so excited. I actually cannot hear Nicole be excited for anybody anymore because I feel like it's fake or something.
I was gonna
like,
say it's fake.
Like, oh, you're gonna go, like it's gonna fall hot, and I'm just like, maybe she doesn't want to follow her heart here. I don't know if that's a right answer.
Oh gosh,
Like,
you have her accent so down pat.
She's so annoying. But she does say that Mimi does say that she got fanny flutters when she kissed him, and they really got excited about that. And then Nicole says, "How do you think Io's feeling about this?" And I'm like, wait. Like, why are you bringing Io into this equation whatsoever?
Every single person is trying to sabotage her. I'm telling you right now.
Like, Nicole, shut your mouth about Io. Like, Io is not involved in her having a really fun moment and enjoying being like treated well and going and having a nice little date. Why do you need to bring in the guy Io that made her feel like crap?
Like, why should she, Mimi, care how Io feels about it when he sat there and slung around with Jessica for the last, what are we on, 2 weeks? In her face without caring about her, didn't have any remorse after movie night, nothing. Why should she care? Why should she care? Mm-hmm. Jessica's his type. He needs to just focus on that. She should not have to focus on not hurting Io. I cannot stand Nicole. That's the only thing about Uma going is Nicole is still there to give bad fucking advice.
She gives the worst advice to everybody.
Worse.
Like, it's so bad. KB, my eyes are rolling to the back of my head too whenever I was watching Nicole. I was like, ugh.
At least Jess balanced Nicole's advice out a little bit, because even though Jess was, she wasn't soppy for a man. That you can't say that about her. So, but Nicole now by herself, that's the last person she close to. I'm like, please.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's so annoying. KB says that they just love seeing a Black woman's long suffering.
Mm-hmm. They really, really do. It's annoying. Tell Tasha not to even put that in the atmosphere. Stop.
Excuse me? I just don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, I'm just gonna keep on saying I don't think so. I don't think so. Please, I just don't want that to happen because I don't want that to happen to Mimi.
Yeah,
it's just it's not gonna happen. Don't let anybody tell them that they don't want you twice.
Exactly.
And he's already done it twice.
This point,
he already did it twice.
Times. Four times.
Definitely three. Like, the first thing he came in, they partnered up. Then Uma came in, so that was once. And then it was back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was by default they're together.
Mm-hmm.
Then
because she stole him back. Mm-hmm. Because then she stole him back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it wasn't specific steal, because like Uma chose whomever it was. I can't remember right now.
Because he chose Uma at one point. He said, "I'm going to focus on Uma," when they were together, and then she stole him back.
I thought the stealing back though was when Uma took herself out of the equation. Anyways, then Castlemore happened. Mm-hmm. And she came back. He was with Jess now, and saying that he wants to get to know Jess more than her. And now she found somebody else to focus on, and now he's trying to want her back. No matter what, he's told you too many times that somebody else was his type, and that wasn't you. So
right, and he doesn't really want you back to be exclusive with you. He wants you back in his roster. He wants you back while he still talks to Jess and then talks to you, but you talk to nobody. That's the kind of wanting back he has in mind. Not for him to be exclusive with you and close off. No, that's not the kind of want back.
He says no. Uma took herself out after Mimi snatched Io back. How would?
Because they were still in the triangle, and then literally, he has never picked Mimi. Mimi picked him, which is why I said she shouldn't have stolen him back. And then when he still was going back and forth, eventually Uma said, "You know what? No, I'm out of this." Because she felt like Mimi wasn't telling her the truth, and she felt like he was playing around, and not choosing her. She was focusing on Omar, but not really. She was just waiting for her white man to come in.
So Grace asked Jesse. Jesse is sly too. Like Jesse is really egging Grace on to be a shitty friend.
She's trying to do it on the sly. She don't want nobody to see her doing it, but she's definitely doing it.
Absolutely. And Grace is asking Jesse if she should pull Josh for a chat. And I'm like, no, you shouldn't. If you have to ask, you shouldn't. What you should be doing is maybe focusing on Reuben, because he's actually single.
Right.
And he's still pretty hot. Like, better looking than all the other guys in the villa. So why are you going?
And she always does this. Like, she went from a Mosiah. Like, it's obvious she likes dark-skinned black men.
Maybe that's it, though. Too.
So why she pick Blade?
Again, Blake was a size get to Joey thing, because even Mosiah said, yeah, no, like she said to me, we had a chemistry. He says he's waiting for her. He said they had a chemistry, but she felt like she should focus on Blake because he was the person that she like first connected to when they got there. I personally feel like the producers want her to bring him back. I feel like with her, she felt like his size and what he was bringing energy-wise would get at Joey. Mm-hmm. And then that's why then she did what she did, and then she dumped him.
And then I also think that Josh is another, like between Josh and Reuben, I think he's more of like a man that Joey would feel inferior to than Reuben would. Like he's taller, he's darker, has more confidence. Like he just would rattle Joey a little bit more, I think. And so I think that's one of the reasons why.
So y'all think she wants Joey back, or she just?
I think she's just playing with him. Jesse thinks that Kay thinks that Jesse wants Grace to focus anywhere to be but on Joey. I just don't think that Grace actually is into Joey. I think she's just playing around with him.
She just, yeah. Grace doesn't want Joey. She just wants to piss him off. She does not want.
That's what I think. But Kay here is saying that Grace will go after Joey. She's scared that Blake was in the bottom. She thought that she was a goner. Grace is looking for safety. But I don't think that Josh offers safety, really.
Wait, she's saying he's going to go after Joey.
Right, now, I know, but like, okay, like after her attempt at Josh?
I guess. I don't.
Right now, she's been kind of focused on Josh. But so Kay's here saying that she'll go after Joey. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
He's disrespected her as well in a way that I wouldn't be able to come back from if I was Grace, because Grace is way prettier. Like I do still think that Joey Essex, even with his name, Joey Essex, is punching with Grace, and so I think that I can't see her allowing Joey to disrespect her for a third time.
Yeah,
I don't see that. I hope not. But so Grace and Josh do end up having a chat. I kind of felt like Grace was selling herself. The chat was fine. He says obviously that you're beautiful. She says that 29 is the perfect age. He was surprised that she had such good chat. You're making your face up like you smell something that stinks.
I saw nothing.
What my mom would say with a Jamaican accent.
I saw nothing in their conversation. So Astrology Island said that Josh's best matches is Grace and Mimi. And it depends on his
moon sign. One would be either matching Grace's and one would be compatible with Mimi's. I think it's Scorpio moon or Sagittarius moon, I think is the two.
Yeah.
And Grace is a Scorpio moon.
Right. And she couldn't pull it because she couldn't find exactly.
Yeah, because sometimes because the moon moves really quickly, and so if it's like 29 degrees or so at like if you don't know what time they were born, it could be on the cusp of those two signs, or two signs basically. So yeah, it was probably reading on a random time at like 29 degrees or 0 degrees, and so they're just like, it changes the signs in that day, so we don't know for sure when. Yeah. Unfortunately.
And to me, I felt like he, like, because people are like, oh my god, he's talking to Grace, and then I found out Grace pulled him, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm okay.
But I didn't like his speech. I didn't like his speech though. He didn't have to say that mess.
We're not at the speech yet.
Yeah, I was okay with that. And then when I was listening to their conversation and watching their, like, just watching where they were going, I'm like, he's not really giving her energy. So there's like, he's being friendly, he was being nice, he was being open, but he wasn't giving her energy, which I appreciated.
Kay's burner account says no one likes Joey, but Grace is playing the game. Josh isn't a sure thing. Joey is. Josh is staying with Mimi, and we'll make sure Mimi forgets about Io. Let the wooing begin. I'm here for it.
I pray that you are. Listen. Listen. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. All I'm asking. It's all I'm asking. Just stay the course, guys. Just stay the course.
This is not the love story that we want. So don't think that it is, Mimi. Just don't think that we want you to get back together.
Like the fact that man and his girlfriend almost got dumped should have told her. Like, we wanted them gone. They would be gone. They would be gone.
So Grace, now after her conversation, she does fancy Josh a bit. We know that she's going to be liking him because he is seemingly her type. Then Josh pulls Uma for a was it Josh or was it Reuben? Did Josh pull him for Josh?
I don't remember Josh pulling anybody else after Grace. I think it was Reuben.
Maybe, but maybe he did. Reuben. Maybe Josh did and talked about Will. Maybe. I don't remember. I could have written Josh thinking that it was Reuben because he looks more like a Josh. So.
Yeah, I think it was Reuben because I think he. Yeah. Is this a conversation where he was like he's really interested in her and she's like, get to know other people?
Well, I didn't write it down, so probably, but I did put Will watching and Will saying that he wasn't nervous. He's not nervous about this.
Yeah, it was Reuben. Yeah,
Reuben. It was Reuben. Okay. I wrote Josh, and clearly I just don't think his name is Reuben. I mean, I don't think either of them look like a Reuben, but he definitely looks more like a Josh than a Reuben. Mm-hmm. So we learn that she's from North London and he is from Surrey, and. You know, he likes it was Reuben, now that I remember, yeah. He likes it quiet, you know, because Surrey is a little bit out in the country. And so she does suggest, you're right, that to get to know other people, everybody in the villa, like this, you know, and he says that he wants to get to know her, and she's like, well, if you're up for the challenge, you know, she definitely was, to me, saying, I'm not really available.
She did Grace to Connor to Reuben. Like when Grace was like to Connor, oh, I love it. I like the energy you're bringing. So you need anything from me? Blah, 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 blah. And she's taking all the energy he's giving. And
then they pick her.
And then she's like, well, make sure you chat to the other girls and make sure you know, find out what. And then when you pick her, oh no, how could that happen?
I mean, to me, I wouldn't be picking that person that's telling me to go see and talk to other people, but I understand why these dum-dums do.
I didn't understand it when Connor did it, and I'm still not understanding when Reuben did it. So
I definitely don't understand that Reuben did it. I mean, maybe he thought that he'd be involved in a storyline.
I think the producers told him you're going in there for Uma, and not really told him what the consequence was.
Very possible. So the grossest couple have a conversation. Who am I talking about?
Sean and Matilda.
And they're talking about what could be the most disgusting thing that they could be talking about.
Kissing?
No, the sexual tension that they have between the two of them.
I totally tune them both out. I'm gonna tell you the truth. He has eroded any little thing I could think about liking her. He's like,
fast-forwarded this part.
Ended it.
it's so ick-worthy. So anyways, I just put gross. Uma and Will have another conversation, and he wants to know whose coffee was better. She doesn't say. And he does. He does say that that's a guy's trying to steal her girl. And so I think Uma does like both of these men kind of fighting for her affection. I think she likes that it's made Will a little bit more of an active participant in his pursuit of her. And so I do think that she is enjoying him being confident, but still a little bit jealous. So
yeah,
she likes that. But her head and her heart is with Will. So Hugo thinks his conversations with Jess are dry.
You think?
Oh my god, I need to find the guy. There's a guy on TikTok that is always doing Jess impersonations, and I literally die. He's like, oh, and it's a bit of me, and it's a bit of me, and oh, the prize, the prize, the prize. It's like, it's so bad. I hope I saved one of them. But like, it's so cringe. Where is he with a bit of me, a bit of me? Okay, no, I didn't. I guess I didn't save him in one of the last few things. But he's so like gross that like it's accurate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you sent us one before on TikTok. Yeah,
the guy.
Yeah, those impressions.
It might have been him, or it might have been. I don't know. There's a couple people that do her impersonation. Okay. It might have been him though. Okay. Well, I can't. I don't have it. Emma and wait. So he was telling this to Ayo, and I'm just. He's like, well, he's gonna have to go tell her, like, talk to Jess, go tell Jess, and I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. Hopefully this happens. And Jess is watching with Emma from the distance, and she's like, Jess is saying things are so good between her and Hugo, and then she looks over at Ayo and Hugo talking, and she's like, oh, it feels like they're speaking about her, and it doesn't look good. And
she's like, that looks serious. What do you think they're talking about?
Like, it looks like they're about to. I think I'm about to get dumped. Like, she could see it. She could sense it.
Yeah, she could sense it. Yeah.
So they're all getting ready for the night. We see Reuben make a toast. Something happened that I didn't rewind and write down. Sorry. Grace likes Josh and his flirty banter. And so she's excited about getting to know Josh. And I'm like, Grace, just leave him alone. Allow Mimi to be happy here. It's like, you are a very beautiful, blonde, blue-eyed, white woman with a nice body. Like, can you just go and have every other man on the planet?
Right.
Like, she's every single person's type.
Yeah.
Go to anybody else with the 8 billion people on the planet.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
That's why I said I want her out.
People pointed out, like, you could have had Omar, you could have had Connor, you could have had Blade, you could have had Mosiah. You chose the things that you chose. These are not. It's not like Mimi, where she has been focusing on one person. He totally removed all her energy, and then dumped her for somebody who's his type. And now you see the tallest dark-skinned black man, and you've got to have him. And when he didn't even come in for you. And he didn't even come in for you.
Exactly. Out of all the black men, this is the one you gotta have.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's probably the best one, looks-wise.
I would rank them Josh, Omar, Connor. You said looks-wise, right?
Yeah,
I'm not talking about personality. Yeah.
No, I'm same order. But who else is in there?
Blade and then Mosiah.
Oh, I would put it Josh, Mosiah, Omar, Blade, Connor. I think. I just found I told you guys before that I like Mosiah's energy more. He just had a better vibe for me. All right, they're getting ready for the night. Reuben makes a toast, like I said. Io, Will, and Kieran are talking, and he says that he needs to still have conversations with Mimi. And Kieran's all there smiling, like, to see if there's still a connection. I'm just like, stop it! Like, don't inflict Io onto Mimi anymore. He doesn't treat her well.
Right.
Like, regardless of whether or not he thinks that there's a connection, he doesn't treat Mimi well. So let him be with his preference and stop trying to be like, oh, is there still a spark between the two of you? Like, oh, there is still a connection. Like, you and Mimi, there's a connection. Yet when it was Casa More days, it's all about Jess, right? It's like, just leave Mimi alone.
I really wish there was a guy in there who would tell him to leave her alone. I'm serious. Like a big brother. Like, listen, I wish Ronnie was still there.
Oh, Reuben. What about Reuben? Reuben would slide in after
Omar.
Oh, you like a little bit of Reuben, huh?
That's
number 3 for you.
Josh, and then Reuben, and then
you're going Josh Reuben? Mr.
Yeah.
Joy?
I think
Reuben.
I think his height bumps him up over Connor for me.
Connor's at the bottom of my list.
Yeah, so Connor's
is on the bottom of my list.
And Mosiah's the bottom of my list.
Well, you guys hate Geminis, so
I don't hate Geminis. I'm going only off attractiveness.
No, but I think that he gives off Gemini energy. You know what I mean?
I just don't think he's attractive. I mean,
I don't not think he's attractive. It's not attractive to me. I saw why Grace liked him. I personally feel like she should have picked him.
Oh, they're gonna put Lionel at number 2.
Yeah, Lionel would be like him and Omar for me would be like neck and neck.
Yeah. Okay.
Not me.
I think it would be okay. So oh, Lionel. Okay, I forgot about Lionel. Are we doing all the black men or just the ones that Grace like? Because we got
we didn't even add Io.
Include Io.
Okay, let's do the whole. Let me hear your whole list, all of them.
Okay, Josh is still number 1. Okay, Josh is number 1. I think Io is cute, so we're just going.
We're pulling in and personality though. Like it's a whole amalgamation of them.
Now, come on, now you can't be adding personality. I thought we was just going off a look.
Okay, looks. Then.
Okay, so it would be Josh, Io, and then it would be. I think Reuben is cute, but I think I would like Omar and then Lionel, then Reuben, then Blade. Am I missing? Mosiah is at the bottom of my list, like always.
But Connor's right above him?
Yeah, Connor's up right above him.
You don't look like you like her list.
No. I'm trying to figure out where I would put Io.
I think for me, I think that Josh is the hottest. I think, who did I have second before?
Mosiah.
Second? I think Reuben's cuter than Mosiah. So Reuben. I think third I'd do Mosiah. Fourth I'd do Omar. Fifth I would do Uncle.
Lionel.
Sixth I'd do Connor. Yeah.
Io. Where's Io?
Where's Io and Blade?
Blade. Io's third. I think it goes Josh, Reuben, Io, Omar, Mosiah. No, Mosiah, Omar, Blade, Connor. I got it ready?
Lionel. You missed Lionel.
Lionel is above Connor.
Okay.
So
sorry.
So for me, it would be Josh, Omar, Lionel, Reuben, Io, Connor,
and then Blade,
Mosiah. Did I forget anybody?
I think you got them all.
Okay. Only reason why Io fell right above Connor is his height.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I would put him under, though.
I love a dark
I
skin
think
man.
he.
I ain't
I
gonna lie
think.
to you.
I think he's really good
I ain't
looking. If
gonna
we're
hold
not
you.
putting him
I ain't gonna hold
Oh wait,
personality,
did I say Reuben? Did I say Reuben? Yeah. Did I say
Yeah,
Reuben?
Reuben,
said
you
Reuben.
have as
You said
third.
Fourth. He should be fourth. Because then,
Because you have Lionel above him.
yes.
So yeah, you have Josh, Reuben, Omar. No, Josh, Omar, Reuben, Lionel, Blade, Connor.
Oh,
Reuben.
did I say Blade? I don't even know. Listen, all I know
Just
is
know that we all agree that Josh is fine and he's number one.
Yeah.
Okay, K has an order here. KO would go Josh, Omar, Io, Reuben, Blade, Connor, Uncle, and Messiah. That's close to my list.
It's a fair list. Io's too far up on that list for me.
Yeah, I had Io.
He just has a babier face than I like. To me, I like Lionel's look because to me he has like a more man. I like a dark skinned man. I like that.
I
like
love a dark skinned man, girl.
Rugged look. Yeah.
Not y'all forgetting about Uncle.
No. Yeah. Ooh.
Well, Kay's list is pretty good. I think I would just squeeze in Mosiah like around third, and I think then that's pretty much my list.
Your list, yeah.
Okay, well that was a fun time waster. See, KB says Io has a fantastic smile, though.
Fantastic
Dangerous.
smile. It
and
is
like he's a good kisser. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You're like, no, he had those sexy kisses with Mimi.
Absolutely. And I like to see that's how I do my lips and how that's it would be good.
Watching him kiss her today, I was like,
no, it's done. Though. No, I'm not interested. In
that's why that's what I'm saying. Like she put nothing.
You see, he still rated that kiss high. He knew it was her too.
He was doing that. Maybe it could be game-ish. He knows who Mimi is, but we'll see. All right, I've got a tag to all Islanders to the fire pit. Since there's two men single, that means that Josh and Reuben weren't included in this vote. So they're going to be voting for.
Wasn't this the recoupling?
No, this is the recoupling.
It was a recoupling first?
Yeah, they picked him and
that's why
since you're both single, must couple. Oh, it's that one. I didn't read my notes. I was just assuming where we were. Okay, since you're both single, you must couple up. So, correct. So it's just them choosing their couple. You're right. I'm sorry, jumping the gun. Josh does say this person is beautiful and made me feel comfortable. This was after. Sorry, I didn't even write it down. That. So Josh says I'm beautiful. It made her feel comfortable. There's been somebody else in this villa that's also opened my eyes to or whatever. So you guys are both really upset about his speech. Would you want to point out some points of what he said that irked you?
I just don't like it when people include other people in their speeches when they're talking about a specific person. If you're about to pick me, just concentrate on me and talk about my qualities and why you're picking me. This is about you and me. Don't bring anybody else into it. And I just don't think, I just want you to keep empowering her and big her up. Don't give her the slightest reason to be insecure in you picking her. Because now in the back of her
reason that maybe she's going to go over to Io.
Right. Don't give it anything. You know what I'm saying? Don't give her, just say, I chose this person because, such and such and such and such. I just didn't like that. I just didn't like it at all.
I was upset at first until somebody pointed out that probably production told him he had to include Grace.
To make her still want to pursue the story.
They do it all the time. Especially during the first recoupling, because you have to make it seem like you went and tried out other people.
Yes, and also what I'm learning is that producers will try to rage bait. And so with like probably people up in arms with the fact that Grace is still in there, and they're super mad at Grace now, like thinking that she has an opening to go and get to know Josh because of what he said in the recoupling speech. And so it's causing even negative, potentially, conversations on social media, which to them is still a win. They want people talking. They don't care if you hate what they're doing or if you like what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I think that that's why sometimes we're not getting the people that we want to be dumped, because they want the conversations of us to be talking about the show in any sort of capacity. And so I 100% think that he was probably like, you can't just go all in on Mimi. You're going to have to split it between a couple of people. And you got to make it seem like you weren't just focusing on one person. And that's going to cause us to be annoyed and being like,
it's to create a story. And also, if they did that, they were absolutely correct, because they were trending all of yesterday, even into this morning. They were trending still. So yes, this is it. They do this, especially with the first coupling of a person, to create this story arc that they're going to do.
Yeah, it's definitely a red flag, but the red flag is the producers are waving it. The producers like, we're a big red flag.
Nothing he showed before that, and nothing to me that he's shown since that has given me a red flag. So I'm going to go by actions rather than the words that the producers say he has to say.
And is that what was trending, Greedy Grace?
I don't know the word greedy, but was greedy in there, or are you just calling her Greedy Grace?
No, I think it was trend. Yeah, like I'm telling you, it was
Greedy Grace or just Grace.
Let me see if I can find it.
I do know people were telling her to have a seat. I did see comments, and people were like, "Not now, Grace. Sit down. This is Mimi's moment."
I don't comment on Twitter that often, but like I made a few comments about Grace bothering Mimi's couple. You know what I mean? So it got me enough to tweet. So I definitely can see how this has worked if this was the intention of the producers. But Josh,
look at the sun.
I can't see it. Greedy Grace strikes again. There you go. So yeah, Grace.
Not on the newspaper.
The tabloid, yeah.
Greedy Grace strikes again.
I would be so. Oh my god.
She doesn't care. These people have no shame. You know that.
I would be like, my mama want me in the paper, not like this. Not Greedy Grace strikes again.
I mean, my mom would know that it would be kind of ironic if I was, you know what I mean? It'd be like, this is funny, but I know what you mean. So she does get chosen by Josh because he says that their vibe is unmatched. So, you know, I think that he did have some good compliments to her for her to know that
he was choosing.
They
want you to not they want you to not be like, this is the person. They want you to hedge. Like, oh, it's possibly her. And oh, it could possibly be
until you're at like the love point of like
correct.
Nicole and Kieran bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, right. And then so this woman, I want to steal this woman because she's intelligent and charismatic. She's respectful and she deserves to be treated well or whatever. And then he chooses Uma, and the whole villa was like, so she gets up kind of sadly, whatever, and walks over to stand behind him.
No, she sits there and kisses Will like 50 times.
I didn't see that, but I might have been ferociously writing down like, and then Will gets a text. Or not Will, I don't know if it was Will, but someone gets a text. Will, you are now single and dumped from the island.
Yes. It was like,
shock.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm gonna
leave. I'm like, I knew she was gonna leave. Obviously, we knew because it was already rumored. What happened there with everybody knowing a day ahead that she had left? Did like the news?
I don't know how it got
spoil it by accident.
Somehow somebody in the news got a hold of it. Because it was
like you had told us, you were like, somebody quit, and I was like, what?
Well, it was everywhere. It wasn't even like a slow, like a quiet leak.
It was everywhere. I woke up and people were telling me because it was already in the UK happening But by the time we woke up, because remember they're how many hours ahead of us,
5,
and
yeah.
and then even my friend who kind of watches the show, she's like, Mika, Uma left. It was like, yeah, I saw that, but it doesn't make sense because my PR this morning doesn't say that she left.
Yeah.
It says that she had like, or anybody left. It
Right, it
says
was the
that
wrong
she
day.
goes on a date, and
Yeah.
it come to find out it was like 2 days ahead.
Like,
wow.
what I mean, I guess we were saved by like our gasp, you know, but I just don't understand how it got out. I think that was really bad, poor. Maybe do you think it could have been on purpose? Like, do they think this is more hype?
Well, no, not more hype. I think so. Theory is there's some people, especially who are fans of Uma, feel like the producers did not like her. They feel like they made sure to push her out. Like they dumped Will knowing she would leave with him.
Why would they not like her? I feel like
they don't like her.
I feel like she's just so likable.
I don't know. That's what I got from reading from people. They feel like Uma wasn't liked, and I think they were trying to prepare because they're like, oh, this popular Love Island person is gonna walk away.
I just don't think it was a smart decision on her part. I really think that she thinks this man likes her more than he does. And I think when they get out into the real world and you know,
I don't give them 6 months, I don't give them a year.
Absolutely.
No, I don't think that would be even close to that long. Some would say they don't even think they'll make it to the end of the season.
I'm trying to be kind here. I agree. I don't give it 2 weeks. I don't give it a week. I don't give it any time. Like Jennifer Ruiz, I don't give him a month. But I'm trying to be kind to Uma and hope that maybe 6 months.
So Kay thinks it's a bit weird. She was liked and had gained 17,000 followers. 17,000 is not that much when people end up with like millions after these shows. But maybe she'll still go up. Maybe it will still keep on going. Mm-hmm. KB says they're done as soon as Will leaves Heathrow. Jesus. But they do end up all talking before they actually leave. And then you hear Nicole and just follow your heart. And I'm just like, shut up, Nicole. Shut up. So yeah, she's with Jess and Nicole and Matilda on the terrace, and they're all crying, and she's saying, "Follow your heart." They do have one last lay down, which I did think was cute, with Will and Uma on the daybed outside. And I'm thinking in my head, like, this is literally your last lay down together. Like, Uma, I just don't see it going anywhere outside of here. Oh no, 17K in a 2-day period. Oh, that's actually pretty good. If you guys want to follow me on Reality Realist right now and give me 17,000 new subscribers, I'd be very thankful. She's over 300K. That's a good amount to start, like just from leaving early from the season. So it's pretty good. Yeah. Pretty good. Okay, so they're gone. They both leave. I know that they need it for the shop, but I would have thought that he would have maybe pulled her luggage, but he was just walking ahead of her and she was pushing her own luggage. Now I think that they're empty.
He doesn't want her.
Mimi only has 200,000 followers.
Oh, not Mimi. Oh, less than Uma. You mean?
I need to follow her. I'm not good at. I don't. I need to follow her. I don't even go and follow people. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm not sure if I follow her or not. Mika could probably tell me. Okay, next episode. Let's try to blow through this one. So we're come back to Uma leaving, of course. Mimi is really excited for them. Oh my God, she's with Nicole, and Nicole is also really excited for them. And I was saying rude awakening when he ghosts. Like, that's what I think. He's gonna ghost her.
And I want him to do it sooner than later, because I don't even want her to put her time and energy into it. Like, just do it quickly. Like, I get tired of people's time getting wasted. I wish I could sue people over wasting my time. Like, just do it soon. Just do it soon.
They don't live
too close. It's like an hour away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
An hour's not very far.
I think it's
No,
possible.
that's not far at all.
Jennifer Movie says, I hope they break up in time for her to do Love Island or All Stars or Games. I'd love to see Uma again in the sense that I know it's inevitable, not wishing that on her.
That's
Yeah,
if
but, like,
people just like her.
They might like her, but this could be like they're like, I think that they like Ronnie and Harriet as well. You know what I mean? I think that at some point, especially getting to near the end of the season, they're trying to go for the max impact. So maybe they did want Uma to leave with him because like that's just shocking storyline. And maybe they did leak the story because they wanted it trending.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Like,
they're getting
people
jealous.
tuning in. Is it true?
USA.
Is it true? Tuning in. Is it true?
Yeah, maybe they feel like the USA version is getting more traction than them, and they like have to do something to boost it.
It is. Now I know that I'm in Canada, but my numbers are way bigger for Love Island USA. Like people are way more invested in the season. Now I'm not, one of the main recappers for Love Island UK, but same for USA. There's people that have bigger followings that recap the show, and so the numbers are bigger over there. More people are watching, it seems, and more people, including people that are Love Island UK like for life stands. They say that USA this season is better.
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
That's what they're like. Damn, tell my USA people, like, because there's been us, the USA fans who've been like, listen, the show is not bad. They just need to tweak it and it'll be good. And like, you guys have been saying it, and it's finally happened. It's finally the best season above. Yeah.
I told my mom to start watching it, so I'm going to get my mom caught up this week.
Like,
sorry, Mom.
Somebody said on Twitter that her boyfriend was talking to her about Cordell and Serena. And she was like, "Oh my god, like we're worldwide."
Yes.
Well, it's really funny though. Okay, you guys don't watch Vanderpump Rules, but when they were the season that the affair was exposed, she was talking about the fact that you don't want to watch Love Island with me. Like, that's something that she does with her best gay guy friend. And he's like, we just stay together. We just watch Love Island together. Like, you don't want to do that with me. Like, because he was getting jealous that she was spending time with her gay friend. And this is probably why she got first to do the guest hosting position, now having this real host position, because she actually is a fan of the show. But it's like, I wonder if he's kicking himself for not being a bigger fan of the show. Because even this week, I don't know if she's doing on After Sun, but Katie Maloney, who is her best girlfriend right now on Vanderpump, is out in Fiji. So she's probably doing After Sun. Or maybe there's something with Cassie and Harrison coming in, like maybe she's doing a guest appearance or something, or hosting a dumping, like I don't know, but she's in Fiji, so I'm sure all of her haters, because like some of her other friends have been hating her this whole season and so jealous of her success. I wish they're probably kicking themselves that they weren't nicer to her, because they might have been flown to Fiji for an appearance here. Anyways, Josh, Reuben, and Connor are talking, and Reuben is saying that he really feels happy. He feels like he's the catalyst for potentially, Uma being able to stand up for herself and say that this is who I really like, really want to be with. So he's actually has no hard feelings. When some people say that he should be super embarrassed that he picked somebody that decided to leave, but I think that
he was damned if he do and damned if he don't. He had to still. Mimi was the only single person, right? Technically.
Yes.
So he was going to have to steal somebody unless
he could have stolen Grace, but Grace is the dumbass who was falling for Josh.
Right.
Yeah, I wish that Grace thought about the fact that it could be a possibility and just was like, hey, let's just partner up. Because I thought she was friends with Uma, right? Like, maybe she didn't think Uma would actually have left, but it would have kept that whole dynamic, in the villa. She would have been partnered up with Reuben. She can still do her greediness with Josh, and Blade would be gone anyways, and she doesn't have to deal with him anymore. I don't know. She should have maybe thought that one through.
She didn't think that one through, and I really, truly do feel like Reuben was encouraged by the producers to pick Uma so they could dump Will. And that's, like, to me, I feel like that is probably why he does not feel stupid. I feel like he probably is like, well, like, what was I
They
supposed
wanted
to
me to
do?
do
They
this.
wanted
Yeah.
me to do this. That's their storyline that they did. Because he's like, like the night before, Josh is like, dude, are you okay? And he's like, yeah. Like, you could tell he was a little sad because I do think he liked her. I do think he would have
Yeah.
wanted to get to know her.
But
I
didn't want her to
think-
leave and probably and like
yeah. But I don't think he felt stupid.
Yeah, but Grace is
embarrassed.
She gonna be in his face now. I'm sure.
You think? I think she's still gonna. Well, I'm not gonna say what I think. Josh and Jess and Hugo have a conversation, and I'm like, is she about to get pied? Is she about to get pied? Is she? I was so excited. But he only says that the flirting has dropped off. And she's just like, well, as long as your head hasn't changed. She's so worried about him.
There's nobody in here I would even. And I'm like, now you know if Matilda was really trying to give you the time of day, your head would turn.
She should have maybe she thinks that Sean is more popular because he's been in there since the beginning. But like, I think she should have maybe tried for Hugo. It would just been such a more palatable couple.
Yeah.
And then she could have gone back to what's his name? No, he would have brought that girl back, but then I think he would see that Jess was a better fit than Ellie. Anyway, sliding doors. Yeah. So when someone says, as long as you're so that there's not another person in here that I want to pursue, like Jess had to have heard it's like if there was somebody else that he wanted to pursue, that she would be dropped like a sack of potatoes. Kay says Will that wasn't popular online. Uma was. I think production wanted to kill two birds with one stone. Like that would be probably the most dynamic dumping with Will would be the fact that Uma, because they want all their dumpings to be like, whoa, wow, like I think that maybe why it happened. He's like, Will leaving, not really that big of a deal, but Uma following him. That's a way better storyline, way better impact, way better headline. So it's all about the headline.
True. I think at this point they're chasing headlines too. They need to, because we know that there had to be a point where the ratings dropped off. Mm-hmm. And then Casa happened and they picked back up. So I do think since like the Ronnie and Harriet and dumping and then, Casa more, I think they're just chasing headlines at this point because that's the only thing that they can do.
Yeah. Uma chats. So Mimi talks to Josh about Uma was my bestie. And she's like, well, you have big shoes to fill. You're going to have to keep me laughing all day and keep me in good spirits. Like, I love that Uma was that for Mimi. Like, just somebody that really was her bestie in there, especially since they started off kind of shaky. Absolutely. But I love where they got.
And production barely showing them.
Right? I mean, they showed yesterday or the day before, that moment where she goes and like, are you all right? And like, just picked her up and made her come in. And like, she does do a good job of making her feel better. And it doesn't look like it's a chore. It's so effortless. Like, she just seems to know exactly what to do.
I know.
Yeah. And I like how he said, I'm going to be your bestie now. I'm going to be your bestie now.
I like that though. Mm-hmm. She said, like, your speech, he said, because she was kind of commenting on the fact that he mentioned Grace, and he's like, well, I spoke to Grace, but I chose you. So that's facts. That's his facts, and I think that he was alluding to the producers being in his ear.
I think that he covered his bases, because I think he reassured her enough, acknowledged the Grace situation for the producers, but said, no, you're the priority. And I'm glad she mentioned it, because everybody's like, oh, she's just going to let it go. No, she mentioned it, but she didn't get upset. She did not be like, oh, he doesn't want me. She's just like, what? Like, what was going on there? And he explained it. And he does not come off as false or fake. Just like, it was just like, it was like a blip that happened. Mm-hmm. And I took that as, the producers basically told him he had to say all of that and that he had to mention Grace.
So Kay says there's too many couples and only 2.5, 3 weeks left. They need to ramp up towards the finale anyway.
I agree.
Yeah, they need to get rid of people. There just were people that I would have preferred to see over Uma and Will.
I
Like,
wish
you
they
know,
had just dumped all 6 people tonight. Like, that would have been the perfect world. And then the next couple dumpings, dump Grace,
Sean,
her.
Matilda,
on
Yes.
Matilda.
Grace. Yeah, Grace, Blade, Sean, Matilda. There's another couple in there I probably want to be dumped as well.
Yeah.
JB wants to know if we think that they knew that she would leave, or was production surprise, and would they encourage it or try to talk her out of it? I think they would encourage it. Well, not encourage it. It's the whole Nicole folly hot. Like, I'm sure they encourage it in their questioning inside the diary room, right? So they use these leading questions like, well, what would you do if Will would leave? Would you stay with him? Would you stay in the villa, or would you like try to pursue something? Like, you know what I mean? They're going to ask him her leading questions, I think, to allow her to have probably thought about this scenario. We did hear him mention it the episode before.
I was going to say.
Where he was like, if you were to go, I would leave. So I think that planted the seed in her head, like, oh, he says that he would leave. Like, the expectation now is for her to leave if that comes up. And so,
but I think he was lying.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he would have gone anywhere.
He would not have left. I mean...
Kay says, honestly, this season is almost a bust. We should not be heading towards the final weeks with most of the couples being meh.
I know.
They were on a good upward trajectory until Joey Essex actually screwed up the show.
It's Olivia all over again, but summer. This is the thing too. Somebody just pointed out Mimi, Karen, Nicole, and Ayo are the only OGs left in the villa. That's how bad the season is.
And
oh wow,
I can't wait. So we just have likable people. Mimi's likable. Karen, for me, is not likable. Matilda's not likable to me.
People were voting for Mimi and Karen. That's who people were voting for last night.
I didn't even know what guide I would have. I think I would have voted for Hugo. Like, I can't stand Karen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people they're like, vote Mimi, vote Karen, and then there was some people vote Mimi, vote Sean, and I was like, don't even put them in the same conversation.
Right.
No, I would have probably put Mimi and Hugo, but yeah, there's nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
Kieran is more likable than Nicole. That is true.
Yeah.
And he's more likable than Sean.
I just don't like the way he talks to women when he gets upset.
Well, that's kind of what I'm basing it on. I just don't like, because that's his true colors, right?
Right.
When he's heated, or like the people that he chooses to be nasty to. And so I just don't like that, because it's like, what am I going to be on the receiving end on that nastiness?
Absolutely.
It's not consistent for me, consistently good. Emma, Grace, and Jesse chat. And Grace talks about how she had a flirty chat with Josh and spoke to him about his speech. So she's really being pumped up by these, what's the word? Jezebel girls. What are you going to say?
Oh, I said white women.
White women? White women. White women. They're really backing her up at going to get Josh from Mimi. I guess they're both new, and so they're better friends with Grace. But like, wouldn't you be like, Mimi's just been done dirty? Like Io was nasty to her this whole time. Like, at least Emma could say this, and just be like, Grace, why don't you go for Reuben?
Because Emma wants to go for Reuben.
Well, Emma wanted Reuben, and also, I just feel like these people feel entitled, and I think they're like, there's no way that he's gonna choose Mimi over Grace.
Mm-hmm.
And I do, from what I've read, he primarily dates Black women.
Josh. Good. So Io then pulls Mimi for a chat, and I'm just like, I don't even want to watch this, because I need her to put up more of a wall with him.
Right. Yeah.
I just need her not to have some sort of opening that he is wanting to get in there, you know? Because like the fact that when she's seeing this, it's actually making Josh feel a little bit insecure, because Josh is now talking about like, well, I know that they've had something going from the beginning. Am I wasting my time? Am I going to look stupid? Like, am I bothering with somebody that's actually not available? And I'm like, I don't want him to feel like he's not going to be chosen.
At least we appreciate Nicole's mouth at this point, right? At least we can appreciate her mouth, because Karen was trying to make him doubt himself, to feed into that. And Nicole was like, no, she cut it off, especially after movie night. No, it's nothing there. She cut it off. Like, because Karen was like, yeah, no, I see what you're saying. They still got a connection. No, like she
Cut it off.
I know she wanted to turn around and look at Karen like, if you mess this up for me, then shut your mouth. No, she don't. She was like, no. Like, so at least, there's that, because I saw him looking, and then Jess comes over, like they're both looking like, oh, this what they doing? Like,
and to be fair, it wasn't they, it was Io.
Right.
And then next scene, you see Sean being like, making his prediction. I predict that he blows her off for Grace. I was like, you're disgusting.
You're disgusting.
Because Sean doesn't believe that a black woman, because he was just playing with Diamante. He was never going to choose her. He doesn't, if in his eyes, if it comes down to a black woman and a white woman, you always going to choose a white woman.
Of course.
So he feels like,
I think some of those white women believe the same thing.
So
Agreed.
he feels like Grace, he would pick Grace over Mimi.
So Io comes over to her and to talk to Mimi now. This is the conversation. She does he say or does she say it? You seem happy. No, she says to him, you seem happy though, right? It was that way, right? Yes.
But he said something like, and she was like, oh, well, you seem happy though. I'm happy for you.
Right.
Because like he tried to
don't say that though. And I'm like,
he tried, like he like cracked the door and it's like, yeah, like, and she's like, well, you're happy, right? So like, I'm happy for you. Bye.
She didn't say bye though. And he's like, don't say that. And he's like trying to make it seem like he doesn't want her to close the door on their chapter and make sure that he's happy with his new thing.
And it's hard to see her.
What is that you always say? What's that line that you always say? And she says, what's meant for you won't ever pass you.
Yeah.
And then he starts looking at her as if like, that she's.
But before that, he tried to say like, it's kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard seeing you chat with another dude, and she was like, oh, like it was for me. Like, how dare you come?
Like
to
he
me?
even said, we haven't spoken since movie nights. Like they had not spoken since movie night. He is literally only speaking to her now because somebody is actually interested.
You didn't bring your butt over here to apologize for how you made me feel. It's been days since movie night. You could have just come to me and apologized then, but you didn't feel the need to. You only want to apologize now because of somebody else in my face.
Right. And so she's like, now you know how I felt, but it's cool.
Right.
But she's like, it's cool though. It's all right. Like, that's why I say, like, everybody keeps saying, like, she's opening the door wide open. I said, no, she's pushing the door because he's pushing the door against her and she's pushing the door back because he's just like, I don't understand what you want from me at this point.
Right.
Jamie thinks that Io creeps him out. It's like he wants a harem.
It does.
Well, he wants to have people fighting over him and him to be able to choose which flavor he wants today.
Somebody said it on Twitter. It's like Jessica and him wanted a triangle so bad with her. And she did not feed into it. And so now it's like he wants a reverse. Like now it feels like he wants a reverse triangle with her.
Right. Well, it's like a square now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you think Jessica wanted the triangle too?
Yes. She wanted the storyline. It's a storyline. It gives you camera time.
Mm-hmm. Makes you part of the conversation for sure. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just annoyed that like he's playing so much of a game that might mess this up for Mimi. Now I think that Josh is strong enough, but like I just hope that he doesn't get spooked, you know?
Right.
Jessica does go to lay down with Josh and just have a little bit of a chat.
And they were chatting about nothing, which was so
like nothing.
Do you dress up? Do you dress up? How is your dress? How you dress up? I don't know.
Like, Nobody, like, he could have been flirting with her. This is the first time he's talking to her. He could have been flirting with her. He could have been open with her. They were literally chatting shit.
Right. He was just making
then
up
Io comes over and sits with them, and Josh asks Io, "How's your chat?" And Io was like,
"Conversation,
good." And then Jessica wants more information. I loved her imitating them though. When imitating Io, yeah, good.
You men, you do this. She's like, you men, you do this. And again,
I think it was an understanding between men though too. I think he was looking at Io and it was like it was good. Yeah, I bet.
Somebody said on Twitter, like they feel like he would have started talking to him in whatever language,
right? Yoruba or whatever, Yoruba or something. Yeah, exactly. And I think it was like, but it was like the way they were looking. It was like, I see you. Yeah, you see me. You see, I'm talking to her. Yeah, but you see, I'm coupled with. It was like they were saying a lot with that. Yeah, good. Yep, straight.
Well, I think that Io was trying to check him a little bit. You know what I mean? Being like, yeah, I was talking to her.
Yeah, it was a good conversation. It was straight.
Right.
Good. And he was like, oh, okay. And it's like, okay, I'll find out from her. Because I'm not going to like ask you no more.
Exactly.
Kay says Jessica wants to be a sister wife with Mimi borrowing clothes and men.
Yeah, I know, because if it was different, like we would be, sharing bikinis and stuff. Like she would have been the one that I would have meshed with the most. You're right, Kay. She does want to be her sister wife.
And also, I pointed out to people, I said the fact that he could not remember her saying says a lot about.
He wanted to get her to
say it.
He
wanted her to say it.
He could not remember how to actually say it. He does not listen to that girl.
I think, well, maybe, but like, I think it was like kind of romantic. You know what I mean? Being like, what was that you used to say to me again? Tell me those words that you used to say to me. What's that saying that you always say? Like, I think he was trying to be. I think he was trying to be charming.
At the bar. She be at the bar flirting with these men. What is certain looks that she be doing in these videos that I know when she pouring drinks, she be flirting with these men. Yes, I know she be flirting with these men at the restaurant, and they be trying to slide you their number. Because there's certain ways that you look in the video, and when you say stuff, I'm like, that's what she doing when she pouring them drinks. Like,
again, I don't see it. That man grosses me out. Everything he does turn me off. So there's that.
That's very funny, Miss T. Joy. I definitely have worked at places where flirting was definitely a way to make a lot of money. We had some big ballers that would come in, and you just would hang out with them for the $1,000 tip. You know what I mean? I've worked at those places in my lifetime before, so I can flirt if I want to. But I wasn't even trying there, so okay, I guess I still got it. Ed wants to know if we saw the edit of him bald on Twitter. No, can you send it to me, please?
Who was bald?
I think Omar. Io.
Oh.
I think. I need to see. Yeah, Kay thinks that he was trying to be flirty. I think he was trying to be flirty.
Gross.
Yes, definitely gross. So we're getting ready for the night. For bed, and Mimi's like, I'm back in the bedroom, back in the main room. So, sorry?
That was so funny. She was like, I'm
back. We see Io chatting with Joey, which is annoying me. And I was saying that I don't think that Joey wants Grace to couple up. I think that she wants Grace to stay in like couples that she's not, like, that she could have more of a risk of getting dumped. Like, I think right now Grace wants to emasculate Joey with like her men choice. Mm-hmm. And I think Joey wants Grace to get
dumped, yes.
So that he would have an upper hand. And so that's the dance that they're playing right now. Mm-hmm. I don't think they want to be with each other at all.
I don't think they want to be each other at all. They're both being petty, and they're just showing it in two different ways.
Yeah.
CK saying like Io wants to reminisce with Mimi to manipulate her, and Mimi flirts back. Not a good look. No, I think she can flirt back because that's how you can handle him, right? Like sometimes you got to flirt with the flirt in order for you to have the power in the situation. So hopefully she's flirting back so
She does not
she
look
can
bad
be
to me.
powerful.
Yeah, I don't feel like she's giving him enough of an opening that it looks bad on her at this point.
I agree so far, but shut it down. Like I
Shut
think
it down.
if he talks to her again, she should shut it down.
Yeah.
Especially if Josh mentions something to her, and then she could be like, okay, if he's making you feel uncomfortable, I will make sure that I'll shut it down because I'm not interested in that man. And if that's going to be so you could know that that's what I've done, no problem.
Yeah.
Now it's time to shut it down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. We see Mimi and Josh kissing in bed at night. I'm like, Mimi, get your kiss on.
Yeah. But that's why I'm saying I don't think people understand. I think she really does, like, is very, very interested in Josh. Like, if she was holding back more than she is right now with him, I would be worried. But the fact that they're already kissing in bed.
Yeah, she's not a slow burner with this one.
No.
Kate thinks that we're giving Mimi too much credit. The girl wants Io. She's not shutting it down.
I don't see that.
I
don't feel like I'm giving her too much credit. The girl sat there and said to him during movie night, "Oh, good to know. That's over for me." I don't understand. Again, to me, her actions and her words so far have not been anything unaligned with somebody who used to be in a, let's say, relationship with somebody, right? And that person is still trying to draw you back in, and you're like, ha ha ha, funny. I don't want shit to do with you, but I'm going to be nice and kind and sweet to you, and not give you anything. Like, I don't
She's
feel like
giving him a little bit. So I do think the next stage is for her to shut it down, or then it's going to look like she is still interested in him.
Right.
I think that she has, like, from this point forward, I think that
I agree.
The cutesy, like, kind of flirty banter with Io, I think that she does.
Yeah, you can't do that with some people. You have to just shut it down, period. Like,
yeah, because I don't know if she's recognizing that he's trying to hate on her again. I'm not sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know if she recognizes that, but as soon as she recognizes, like, oh, he's trying to get back together with me, like, she'll be like, no, thank you. Hopefully. Kate says, and then she turned around and entertained him. Her words don't match her actions.
Turn around and entertain him how?
I guess by, like, joking with him and not shutting it down definitively. Kate says, if her words match her actions, Io wouldn't be testing the water. She's definitely got the door open. And
Io would definitely still be testing the waters. That man has an ego and a head bigger than a fucking cloud. The man thinks that he could do whatever he wants to, and especially to her.
Yeah, I hope that her feelings don't allow her to keep that door open. But I think that she'll close the door. I think she will. We'll keep our fingers crossed for Mimi. So in the girls, they're feeling sorry for Reuben a little bit, but Emma says that she thinks that Reuben is a cutie. Reuben brings Emma and Grace hot beverages, and that went better than it went for Cadell bringing both women something.
I thought that was
but he's not in a couple with either one of them. So
I know, I'm totally just joking.
I thought that was the right move in the situation. Like, I'm interested in you, and I'm interested in you.
They brought them different things. So, like, did he pay attention to what they drank?
Yeah, no. And one was like, "Oh, I got your green tea. And there was no honey, so I put it with maple syrup." And then the other was
iced
coffee.
With no, it was with sugar.
Something like that.
There was no honey, so it's with sugar. So I like the fact that he was attentive enough to know that their orders are different, and it's good. That's good.
He seems like a very mature 23-year-old. He does come across
here.
23. You agree with who?
M on this. That's what I like. I feel like she thinks he's an idiot.
I think, yes, exactly. Like, at this point, that's what I'm thinking, that she's just like, okay, you're just being whatever. We know
that's why she said to him, "You haven't spoken to me since movie night, and not even to apologize." And yeah, now you see how it feels to have someone just like in your face with when you supposedly have feelings for them, okay, you're a joke.
Right.
But now, if it continues another time, I think she needs to shut it down.
And that's why I said I agree with you. I'm not arguing that part.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not arguing that.
Okay, thinks we're very hopeful. We're gonna be hopeful here.
Let us stay in our cocoon, in our bubble. Let us be there.
I mean, Kate, is it as bad as when Mika here thought that Rob was going to leave the villa?
That was hopeful. I was like,
are we that hopeful?
That was I couldn't believe it. She was, when she kept seeing the people say he's not leaving, she was like, what?
What are you talking about? No, he's gone, guys. Like we lost him.
What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? Are you serious?
People in the comments talking about Robbie leaving. No, he's gone.
He said he's going.
And yet 40 weeks later, we're still here. So why are we talking about the person with the A name? And I hope she feels stupid. Do you think she's home sitting there feeling stupid, or she really thinks that he's just playing the game to come back to her?
Well, Messiah thinks that Grace is gonna wait. He gonna wait for Grace. So people are delusional. So maybe she thinks.
I don't think that Mosiah is being as delusional as Andrea.
I think they might think though that she knows Rob is a bit of a clout chaser. And so is she. She has her music career. So I could see them trying to have this big old reunion to have people be supporting their relationship and like part of Rob's like hero arc. So it's less delusional if I look at from a game perspective that she's going to be waiting for him so they can have this reunion. So I don't know. I could see them getting back together because they want it to appear like he was serious.
Yeah.
Kay's gonna let us live in our delusions tonight, and she's gonna dust off her "I told you so" and save it for another live.
Listen, she needs to get on her Amber and focus. I'm sorry. I mean, Amber went through it with Michael, right? And everybody's like, oh, she's gonna go back to him. She's gonna go back to him. And when it was time to choose, what did she do? So hopefully Mimi has watched enough of this show. Hopefully Mimi has watched enough of this show to know that she needs to be on her Amber shit. Because that man don't like her. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know how many times he has to say to her, I don't like you. Because he does not like her.
Kay says that Andrea and Mosiah testing out for most delusional. I think that Mosiah is more delusional than Andrea for the fact that I do think that they will be clout chasing together, right? Even if it's just to get on like the post villa hype, go do a couple of interviews together with their reunion. Like just look at how Sydney is going around to all the news junkets and talking about her 3 days in Casa Amor. Right? Like she is on Nick Vial. She's on this. She's on this.
Oh, really?
She's going everywhere and told everybody a totally different story every single time. Meanwhile, she got mad because the man asked her and Catherine the same questions. Do you know what those questions were? What are your long-term goals? What are your short-term goals? What do you want to do with yourself when you grow up?
Yeah. Like he asked Renee those questions as well.
She was
but he knows that Renee is a full-fledged woman and has her own estate. That's why he like her. The way he be looking at her, I just love him. He be like, when she talking, he be like,
she was mad that the man wanted to make sure that she had, goals.
Right.
Well, she doesn't give off goals to me.
And
that is like first phone conversation. I every time I talk to a new guy, I ask him the same thing. Like, what do you expect?
And since she's come out of the villa and she said that statement, I said, yeah, she has no goals. This is her goal. Her goal was this. And she's mad, literally reading her interviews. She's mad that he did not go. He did not bring her back. She's like so mad about it. And then she's like, oh, he told her that Janae and him were nothing.
He did not tell her that.
And I that's what I'm saying.
He barely speaks. Like, there's no way that he's telling her that.
and
at
that
all. And if
oh,
they did, they would have showed it.
and that he just randomly coupled up with Catherine, like, oh well, I went to ask him if we were gonna sleep together that night, and he said, oh, you just missed it, Catherine got the jump on you.
Okay, he might
To
have
me
said
says
that
he
but
wasn't
he didn't
interested in
tell
both
you him
people.
and Janae was nothing. He didn't tell you him and Janae was nothing, because even Catherine, he never told Catherine that, and Catherine never said that. Like, she was like,
Catherine never said that. Never said that. In fact, before she said what she said to bash herself yesterday, she's like, "Oh, Janae, I love that. She loves her some Janae."
Yeah.
Like, and I know why, because Janae's such a girl's girl. Like, she's going to come in there. Serena is her priority, but she's going to go in there and try to protect all the girls and be there for them. But like, yeah, no, I can understand being like, okay, I know I stole your man, but I really love you.
Right.
But she's doing it properly. She's not doing it the Jess way. Right? Like, she's not like all up in her face, and she's not like acting like, she didn't do anything wrong or whatever.
Right.
Like, that is the difference between the two of them.
Right.
The problem
says, please, I just called down from my Kenny. Hi, y'all gonna send me off again. I have one of their cam fan, or the fan cam mashups, like, song that just goes in my head in the loop. It's the one, what you do, that song, and it's like, what you say, and like, it's like has him crying, and like, she's like crying and looks away. Like, it's a really good one. It makes me cry all the time.
You'll have to send it to me.
I didn't send it to the group. It's so good.
Yeah. And his family was in Spaces, I believe, and on Reddit or somewhere else, and they said no, this is really Kenny, and he's really serious about finding like somebody who is like grown. This is how he's always been, like, basically.
Well, look at what he was wearing to the recoupling.
Yes, that's
looked like an accountant. He looked like an accountant at the recoupling.
Even when he dumped her, he was sitting there like in like a sweater vest. They're like, that's.
Do they like Janae? Do they like Janae?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, and he dates black women? Well, because he's Dominican, right? So there's a lot of dark-skinned women in the Dominican.
He's from the Bronx. Yeah. So she says, oh, well, we connected on the fact that he's from the Bronx and I lived in New York.
She still lives in New York, I think, but she said that she's like in the front line of like VIPs and she's in the DJ. Like, she does not want Kenny.
New York. She
does not want Kenny.
Yeah. So, but if he lives in the Bronx, yes, he dates black women.
I mean, that's why I'm a fan of Kenny, because I'm like, I love me some Kenny. Yeah, he's so cute to me. But it's from the fan cams. I'm just like, I just like, yeah. Anyways, I'll send it to you guys so you can know where I'm coming from. Let's just get through this damn episode. Where am I? What are we talking about?
We were just talking.
So Jess is with Nicole, and she tells him about like the Hugo situation, and like about how Hugo was just basically saying that she hasn't flirted enough, and so she's just kind of complaining about that with Nicole and Jesse. Josh then asks Mimi if she has her eye on anyone else, and so I think that Josh was being feeling a little bit insecure here with the fact that Mimi had this conversation with Io. They have all this past history. He might even have people in his ear about like, oh, they have such strong history, they have a strong past, blah 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 blah. Who knows? And I just want her to be like, I wish she was clear here and being like, I'm not interested in Io. I'm interested in you. Because
I like what she said. You're not the one who has to be worried. I'm focused on this, but you're the bombshell. You're going to be dropping eggs all over the place. Like, again, his speech, again, she's not the one that started this.
I get it, but I'm worried that her saying go around and like, you know what I mean? You're the bombshell. You're going to be talking to everybody. She's the one that should be worried. Is also him getting maybe she doesn't want me to just completely focus on her. And so I just wish that she's just said, I'm not interested in Io. You're going to do what you're going to do, but
I wanted her to say that too. I just wanted her to say that just so he could be clear. Not that she's doing anything wrong, but men are so fickle and their egos are so fragile. And I just wanted him to be able to hear that so he would just stay away from Grace.
So he does say though to her that, oh no, your bestie is still here. So it's like, okay, that's a good save. Okay.
And that's where I landed.
And they talk about, he's like, oh, do you have a dimple? And she's like, I just have one. And he's like, do you have dimples? And like he's smiling, and she's like, oh, you have such a beautiful smile though. And I'm like, this is cute.
Yeah.
Cute.
And she's like, oh yeah, you do. You have two. And she pointed at them. She's like, so cute.
Mimi says what y'all want and what Mimi does and will do are two different things.
Leave us alone, KB. What did we tell you? Leave us
She
alone.
can do whatever she wants
be
to.
on this tonight, okay?
But what I'm saying is, she's setting herself. If she goes back to Io, she's literally like mentally, it is not a good. Personally, I cannot watch it. If she goes back to Io, I will stop watching this show because mentally, it is not. I can't watch her go through what she just went through. He does not like her. Like it'd be different if I was like, oh, he liked her, but their connection got interrupted, like Cordell or Kenny and Janae. Like that is a different situation than what we have here. This man did not he did not like her. And like the way he went about showing her that he didn't like her was like so disrespectful.
Yeah. Right. She needs to just have a disrespect check and like, oh yeah, this is how this guy treats me when he has me.
Right. And then also we don't know what the production is saying to her. Well, what do you think? Do you think that he still likes you? Do you think you could go back to that? Do you like questioning? And I just again, so I will not watch it because I will not watch her be manipulated. And again, if she goes back to Io, I don't see her making the final.
Oh no, they'll be dumped pretty swiftly. I would think. So we got a text. They're going to be playing Pucker Up. # Lusty Lip Sing. Grace was up first. Someone said that a lot of people actually said that she's a bit sloppy. Now it could be because she has some big lips. You know what I mean? And I think that she just likes a little bit more of like a wetter kiss, we'll say. But her kisses didn't look as bad as people were saying like that they were. Anyways,
some of them you just gotta experience them. They didn't like them. I know that.
No. They found that Jessica was too timid, and there was timid tongue action, and Sean gave her a 3.5. Sean.
He's so gross.
You know what he gave Mimi, right? Did you look at the scoreboard?
I didn't look at the scoreboard
because they didn't read it.
I took a picture of it. Was it a 6?
It was a 1. He gave Mimi a 1.
What a fucking.
That's why she lost.
Gave Mimi a 1?
Yes, that's why she lost because he gave Mimi.
I was wondering because I was like, she had really good scores. I thought,
but he gave her 1 and Karen gave her 5, and with both of them, they tanked her score so that she went under Matilda.
What losers. Why do these people want me to hate them so badly? Let's see if I can find this screenshot.
Karen knows that nobody was kissing him seriously. So I don't even know why he was being really harsh on the scores. He knows nobody was kissing him seriously with Nicole staring at them.
Not at all. Let's get this. Okay, I do have the scoreboard here. Let's see if I can bring it up. Why is this being so stupid? Okay. Okay, I don't know if I can bring it over now, but let's look. So for Mimi, Sean gave her a 1 and Kieran gave her a 5. Hugo and Connor gave her a 6.5. Josh gave her a 10. Blade gave her a 9. Io gave her an 8.5. Reuben gave her a 9.5. And Joey gave her an 8.5.
Yeah.
That actually pisses me off big time.
They did it on purpose.
Absolutely. They had to have done it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Because they wanted her to not win. And they don't find her attractive. So, like, how dare she come and try to win their game? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can.
Them kisses look good. Them kisses she was giving was good, and they know it. And that's why Reuben said afterwards, I don't mean no harm, Josh, but them kisses Mimi was giving me.
Oh, yes, you did say that.
I can't pull it up right now. Okay, so we'll just kind of look at the other one. So, let's see what Grace got then. So, Grace, She got actually decently high scores, even though Kieran gave her a 6. That's the only person that, maybe because she has big lips, she thought it might be Mimi. So anybody that he thinks could be black, I think she's giving bad scores to. Because he only gave good scores. So Kieran only gave good scores to Jessie, who she does not look like a good kisser to me.
It didn't sound
Nicole,
like it either.
obviously, 10. And Matilda, she gave him an 8.5.
Yeah. Yeah. These men are playing the game.
100%. They had to be playing a game because those scores make no sense to me. No sense whatsoever.
But to me, her bet, like, out of all of them, her hottest kisses were with Josh and Reuben. I understood why they both gave her like really high kisses.
Yeah, Mimi. So Josh gave Mimi a 10, and the other people, he did give Nicole and Matilda 9s. So maybe Nicole and Matilda are good kissers for sure. But Jessie, I don't know. Jessie got a 10 for because they're in the couple. She got decently high scores, but Mimi got low scores from Hugo and Connor, as I said, Kieran and Sean.
So Connor gave her a low score too?
6.5.
Okay.
Connor. Okay, so
he liked thin lips. He liked thin lips.
Emma's next, and so she's not a good kisser to these people for the most part. So Josh gave her 6.5. Hugo gave her a 4. Connor gave her 6.5. Blade 6.5. Joey a 3. Kieran a 7.5. Io a 7. Sean a 5. And Reuben an 8. So Reuben didn't mind Emma's kisses. Jess, they said it felt a little weird.
Maybe she put more oomph in her Reuben kiss.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, right, because she was like,
she wanted him.
Yeah, she doesn't want to, have other people like her. So, make it, and it looks like, maybe they have a spark or connection if, like, he gives her a high score. But you know what, though? Reuben's, all of his scores are pretty high. His lowest score is 7.5. So maybe Reuben's just a good kisser.
Yeah, that's also fair.
He could just like bring all these people.
He just knows what, because Jessie said that. She's like, to be fair, all these guys except for, she said she named 2 guys are shit kissers.
Yeah.
Was it Hugo and Reuben? Because that's who. Oh no, sorry. Who did she say was?
I don't remember who she said exactly.
I thought she said Joey and Reuben.
She said Joey was 10 out of 10. Joey likes his kiss with her though. They got a 10 there.
Yeah, she said everybody
kisses are too deep for me. I don't know. I don't like his kisses at all.
Joey was doing too much. Oh, it's making me feel stuff down there.
Ooh. Mimi got a 10 out of 10 from Josh. Best kiss so far from who was it? Blade. Reuben gave her a 9.5. Like, some people were raving about Mimi's kisses, and they looked good. Like, other people's kisses looked gross, and I thought they looked good.
And I think when it got down to Kieran and Sean, they knew that people were giving these high scores, and they knew it wasn't their woman, and they were purposely trying to tank the spot. Because Sean wants to brag. Well, my girl is the best snogger.
Ugh, he's disgusting. Nicole obviously gets a 10 out of 10 from Kieran. Josh still gave Nicole a 9, which I'm still surprised about. Hugo a 9, Hugo an 8.5, Connor a 9, Blade gave her a 7.5, Joey gave her a 0.5. Kieran gave her a 10. Io gave her a 7.5, Sean an 8, and Reuben an 8. So she's a decent kisser, apparently. But who knows if they're playing a game or not. And then Matilda is who made Joey feel all tingly down there, giving her a 9.5. She got a 9 from Josh, an 8.5 from Hugo. Connor gave her a 7. Blade gave her a 6, which I think is interesting, but she's just not into Blade at all. I wonder.
Yeah.
Joey gave her a 9.5. Kieran 8.5. Io 6.5. Sean a 10, of course. and Reuben an 8.5. So the lowest score getters, like Jess got a 1 from Kieran. Sean gave Mimi a 1. Joey gave Emma a 3. Sean gave Jessica a 3. And Jess a 2. He's disrespectful in his scores.
Yeah, absolutely. He did it because he wanted Matilda to have the highest scores.
Well, he also, he gave Grace an 8, Jessie an 8.5, and Nicole an 8. That's giving. Okay, what I actually tweeted about this was that I think that he thinks that he might be a bad kisser, so he wanted to give people low numbers, so it would distract from the fact that he's actually the one that's the shit kisser. That's what I was thinking. You know what I mean? Like, just like get behind the story, get ahead of the story. Sorry, being like, oh yeah, you guys that was terrible. That was a 3. When really they're like, wait, no, it was you though. That was bad.
It was you.
I guess.
You.
I thought they were gonna have the guys kiss too, but
I thought so as well. But they spent a lot of time on it that I didn't think they were gonna switch it around. So it just went that way. So the lowest point getter was Emma. The highest was Jessie and Matilda, with Matilda taking out the top spot with 73.5 points. The score means nothing, though. We see them all getting ready for the night. Reuben thinks that Mimi was the best snogger. Who'd agree?
That's why I'm saying that she got her scores tanked, because even afterwards, everybody other than the people who tanked her scores was like, yeah, no, Josh, like her.
Yeah, because even Joey was like, yeah, Mimi was, that was
like really good. And the thing is, it's funny because Jessica landed in the third, and they were saying that her kisses were not as good
as Mimi's.
Exactly.
And Jessica was even looking at Mimi's kisses, and she was like, "Oh, those."
She's like, Mimi kisses so good.
They looked good. They looked good. So.
They look like solid kisses. That's what I'm saying. Like some like you see where she like put the in, like she gave it to Josh. And it's like, I didn't think she gave Io much.
But he knows her kisses.
Oh, he knows her kisses. That's the thing.
He's gonna have to give her a good number. Him trying to spin the block is not going to work.
Right.
So Joey and Jesse talk after the challenge. And Jesse's kind of annoyed with Joey for being kind of loud about silly things or whatever, about the fact that he was just being a bit obnoxious with the whole challenge. And he's like, well, I don't want to argue with you about petty things. And I'm just like, he's going to break up with her soon, because like he does not like having a woman tell him anything. He does not want to hear it. Does not want to hear it. So I mean, he'll probably keep with her through the show, but she's immediate ghost as soon as they get to Heathrow or wherever.
Mm-hmm.
Grace really liked Reuben's kiss, so that kind of opened something up. I was like, okay, good, focus on that. And she does feel like the conversation gets better and better. And they were talking about building.
The producer must have talked to her.
Or
you said what?
Maybe she just realized that, hey, Mimi and Thing have something going on. You better just move on to someone else.
Yeah.
Do you think that they showed her the headlines, Greedy Grace?
Yeah. I that's what I'm saying. I don't know if they thought it was going to go over as badly as it went over.
It was Sean's stance that tells me that he's not a good kisser. It must be you that must be who you're talking about.
Absolutely.
Because even the girls were saying that he just looked like.
Yeah.
Not the. If I were to picture somebody that I'm kissing, I don't want them to look like this. Like, no, not for me. Jessica says Jess S is obsessed with Mimi. I get it, but she needs to chill out.
Yes, she is, Jessica. She is. Jessica G is the only Jessica we deal with. All the other Jessicas can go.
Yes. Io and Jess do have a chat. He is mad that she placed, that she placed third. And then she's like, oh, you could never be mad at me. You can't be mad at me. And he's like, oh, who told you that? I mean, she was being flirty, but I think she was just reminding
you don't know him in the real world. He can be mad at you. He can be mad.
Yeah, I agree. So they get a text. They have to go to the fire pit. This was for the vote that I was talking about before, where Josh and Reuben are both immune. We're choosing for our favorite boy and our favorite girl. And our bottom 3 vote getters for the boys were Blade, Hugo, and Io. For the girls, it was Jessica, Emma, and Jess. And I was like, oh, are they going to make the Islanders choose? Like, what are they going to do? Like, no.
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
Wait, you can't take a man that don't want to be taken? 100%. It's 100%.
I have no problem. I'm going to tell you the truth. I really, after a while, I have no problem with Jess. I know what she's trying to do. Like I said, she was trying to carve out a storyline. And Mimi was like, no, y'all could just go ahead and just be y'all. And then now we barely see them. And then I also think that she is the number one, like she, Mimi had a fan club when they come out of here, and Mimi needs somebody to, collect letters and read them to her. Jessica will be the first person lined up for that job, guys.
Hopefully it's not like Selena's president of her fan club.
That would be the only thing she needs to worry about.
Like walking into her house and there's like a shrine of Mimi in her bathroom. And the 3 girls on the bottom were Jessica, Emma, and I said that. So 2 boys and 2 girls are actually going to be going home. So this was another big surprise. In the hands of the public.
I said, keep Io and Jess. I was like, please keep Io and Jess.
Please, yeah, don't break them up. But Blade and
or
Hugo.
Dump Io and I said, please dump Io and Jess and Hugo and what's her name? Hugo and Jess, because I was like, they're 2 couples. Just dump them. Just bye-bye.
Right.
Yeah, that would have worked for me. Mm-hmm. But instead, Blade and Hugo are going to be the 2 guys going home, and Emma and Jess, OG Jess, got lower votes than anybody. So we finally did our big one.
I was going to say, the public did their big one. They did their big one.
She gone.
Big dog dead.
She's gone. We see everybody crying, Nicole and Mimi crying that Jess is leaving. And I was happy about this dumping. There was no part of me that was upset. You were upset?
No. People are insisting that Mimi was crying because Io almost got dumped.
Oh, I didn't see that at all. I think she was crying over the fact that like another one of her close friends is gone. She was just lost.
She was. How much people are insisting that she has opened up the door back? That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I don't think it's that open. I don't think that she was crying over Io at all. I think that she was crying over the fact that another one of her friends from the beginning is gone. And now she's stuck there with Jess, or with Nicole. Like, that's sad. Right. Getting all of her advice from Nicole. So yeah, everybody packing up to go. Was there anything else that happened in that episode? Yes, she did got a nice serving of humble pie. No, yes, she did.
Listen, I like so far how Josh and Mimi are going, so I'm gonna just keep my trust. Like, the energy is so nice. It's so much like seeing somebody actually liked.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah. I just don't think there's a game going on. I don't think he's doing it for for the clicks. I don't think he's doing it just to stay safe. Like, it just looks like he's actually interested in her. Yeah, like, maybe we'll get a real love story out of the season, because it can't just be Kieran and Nicole. Yeah, like that's I think why USA has a one up for sure right now is there's 2 couples that I'm invested in their story. Right? Yes. I care about them getting back together, or like,
and their names are not Kendall and Nicole.
Oh my God!
Right.
I didn't even know that that's an option.
Hideaway.
I tried.
I was recapping it, so I was watching like this. People were saying my face. I got such the ick while watching them in the Hideaway.
I will not be covering their Hideaway. I literally typed Hideaway, and then that's just like have a conversation. Hideaway.
I wouldn't have mind Io going over Blade. It would have been fine by me, but I don't think that was going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kay says the worst part was listening to Jess. Listening was of Jess going was listening to Nick give her a delusional pep talk. Two hyenas back each other up.
You were who you are, and yeah, you know
who you are.
Stay tough for what you believed in, and people will not like it, but we sure did. I said, we don't. That's why she got dumped. Like, and she knows that the public dumped her because they don't like her.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
they kept Grace over you. They kept whoever else over you. Like,
Matilda.
you got dumped. Matilda, you got dumped. You got dumped.
It wasn't your couple. You can't blame it on Hugo. Like,
right.
You, on your own, you couldn't make it.
An individual vote. Now, what's going to be funny is when she comes out and figures out that people really don't like her, and that we were actually on Harriet's side.
Right.
That's the same with like USA. It's that when they come out, and Leah will know that she's not as hated as the producers are making her seem, and like Rob will learn that he's not as liked as
he is hated. Right.
Definitely not liked. Definitely. Well,
so
by
do y'all
many.
think?
And go ahead. Do we all
so
think?
You all don't think that Io has now realized that Mimi was the popular one in the situation?
He's never going to admit that to himself. He's going to think that I screwed over Mimi, and obviously me and Jess as couple is not going to be is new and not popular. He's never going to think that he was not the draw.
I think he's going to think that Jessica brought him down.
Yeah, and to be fair,
but it was individuals. It wasn't a couple.
Jessica brought him down.
That could also, it could make him want to get back with Mimi more, for sure.
It's just going to make him want to get back with Mimi more, but I don't think it's that he hasn't been trying to get back with Mimi because he realizes she's more popular. He's never going to admit that, right? The only reason why he wants to go back with Mimi is because she is unavailable to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Right. No, I know that because he's already started that before the vote. No, I know that. But I was just thinking when he was standing there, I was just thinking that it was hitting him like Mimi is the reason why we were in the clear. And now that I have wronged her,
I don't know if he's going to do that much work.
No, I don't think so.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's going to rationalize that much. I think he's just going to point the finger and blame. And it's like, oh, it's because they partnered up with Jess.
Yeah. And say that Jess brought him down. Like, even though they have a good connection, people are just going to be mad at Jess because she's not, she took Mimi, she took him away from Mimi. But what I'm going to tell you the truth.
That goes his delusion because it was an individual. So if they still liked you and didn't like Jess, they would have still voted for you and just not voted for Jess. But they didn't vote for you either because they don't like you either, sir.
Kay says he will try to rationalize it, but it will burn when they remember that Connor is still there and Emma left. Like Io
Emma dumped. So this is the funny part. Emma dumped Connor.
And Emma
dumped Connor and Emma's gone. Meanwhile, Grace dumped Blade and Blade is gone.
I mean, Emma didn't really bring anything.
She didn't.
No.
She didn't, but I don't think he's thinking about it.
That it's all Mimi. I think that this makes more sense than it being all like him realizing that it's Mimi. That's the one that brings him up. I think maybe the couple.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He's going to be like, oh, as a couple. Now, it would have been different. What I was trying to say before is it would have been different if it was a couple vote and her and Josh was voted together.
That's gonna happen next.
And then him and
the bottom
and Jess were in the bottom. Then he would have been pissed because then it's like, oh shit, I really fucked up.
Miss T here says that Connor is the boy's barber. He needs more time. Who's barber? Everybody's? Is he the barber? Actually?
Oh yeah, he has been cutting the people's hair. Yeah,
I didn't even notice. Okay, well, that's everything, guys. Thanks for talking about these last 2 episodes. I need this season to wrap it up.
For real.
Because I don't care about any of these couples right now. So. I don't know.
I was listening to the Love Island app morning show, and they said 2 weeks because they were even saying that they felt like Uma shouldn't have left, but they said like Amy was like, I understand though, she's a slow burner, like there's 2 weeks left, like she was not going to meet somebody in 2 weeks time,
right,
to
right.
do what Will did. You better just dump yourself and try it on the outside. But they also agreed, them and the Casa girls, that she shouldn't have left though. Still, she should have left.
And that he wouldn't have done it for her.
Right, like she
Right,
should have
and that he
made
wouldn't have
Will
done it.
wait a little bit and then maybe come back out.
I mean, I just be like, hey, it'd be better for both of us if I stay longer. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know they're coming, like proving that she's coming there for love, but it would be nice if she just told him, like, hey, I want to get more social media followers. Like, we'll date outside after, but I'm going to stay on for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
She should have just done that.
She should have
So it looks like last year for Love Island season 10, they had 46 episodes. So that would be about 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks, right? Let's see.
Yeah.
So where are we? We're at 37.
Yeah.
So if it's the same, tomorrow as in Thursday would be 30, 38, 39, 40, 41. So yeah, it would be done next week. So maybe only 10 days left or so.
10 days. So
Oh, and then it'll probably be the Monday after would be when it's done. So it was 2 weeks Monday that just passed. And so there's about, actually 10.
No, so Dreadful Ruby, Bergie said the Love Island USA finale would be the 25th, which should be like a Tuesday, right? Or Thursday. So I would think it's maybe like the 23rd or so. I would think it would be after the
it's like the day after, like the same week as Love Island UK, but like a couple days after.
Yeah, I would think it would be like after, like they're not going to put their finales on at the same time, basically.
Yeah, I don't think that USA would do their finale on a Monday. I would think Tuesday would make more sense.
That's what I think too. I think it should be Tuesday, which would be the 23rd, so like the day after. But it's also possible that they could do the 31st.
Well, Dreadful is saying is the 21st.
21st.
That would be the
Sunday. That's a Sunday.
And that would be a week this Sunday, no? Or the week after? This Sunday.
That's a week and a half. That doesn't make sense.
But then she said that was for the US. She said that was for the US, but I don't know.
So the 21st would be...
That's a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like I said, Bergie said it was the 25th, which would be a Thursday.
Thursday makes sense, but would they still have that Wednesday break and then the finale? I don't know.
No, they probably, that's what I'm saying. I think they would.
Tuesday would make more sense, the 23rd.
That's why I said that.
I'm agreeing.
Yeah.
Why is Dreadful saying the 21st? A Sunday? I mean, I guess a Sunday.
She said that's what comes up when she Googled it.
All right, let me Google it.
I could probably. Oh, it's on Peacock, and I have to look up Peacock. Oh my God, Mary says congrats for Rob and Joey for winning Love Island. No. Reports say Love Island USA ends on July 1st. That doesn't make it. 21st.
July 21st.
So the Sunday. Okay.
Okay.
And so wait, and I'm thinking that Love Island is the Monday before that of UK.
But are they ending?
No, UK ends say not this Monday, but the next Monday, and then the following Sunday is when USA would end.
But that's a week from now.
No, well, it's 10 days for UK, I think, if it's 46, 47, 8 episodes, and then the following Sunday would be USA, which started about a week after, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So so the 21st is 2 weeks away. I mean, it's a week away from Sunday.
2 weeks from Sunday.
No, a week from Sunday.
Is it, what day is it? Oh, today's the 10th, isn't it? 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. Oh, so, okay, that might be too soon.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that's way too soon.
But what do they have left to do?
They need to dump these people. That's what they need to do, first of all.
Well, that's going to happen tomorrow. I think it's going to happen. Oh, Love Island UK is July 29th? No, that's so long. It's
They
speculated
don't know when to like just wrap it up, do they?
it's speculated to be the 29th for the UK based on previous season lengths, but it hasn't been announced yet.
They know
Love
how
Island
to stretch stuff. The 29th.
Mika, maybe you should do the Love Island US recap tonight, and then maybe are you free tomorrow? What day is tomorrow? Thursday?
Yeah, I mean tomorrow I just have Love Island, UK, USA.
Are you free in the day at all or no?
Not tomorrow in the day. Friday I'm available all day to do anything.
So do you think I could hide from Claim to Fame? Because I still feel like I'm just hungry. I want to go eat something.
Yeah, so I need to eat and I need to prep for my recap. So
anyway, we'll figure it out. She might do it today. She might do a double tomorrow. Correct?
Yeah. I
mean, you can probably do it tonight. Then maybe a later one.
Yeah, I already moved it to 10:30. We'll see if I start then. I might start
a little later.
We're getting off later than I thought we were.
Oh, I know. We're still talking. Sorry. Yes, it's later than I thought we were going to get off. It was 40 minutes later than I thought.
I told y'all.
We started talking. At one point I was like, oh, I could wrap this up right now real quick. And then we started talking about something. I was like, okay, I'm just going to let it go. I just stopped putting the pressure on. Anyways, I love you guys. I love you, chat. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys soon. If anything, I'll be in the comments for Mika here. We'll be back tomorrow at some time to do Love Island UK. Oh, and the Rape event. That was like a good 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was it. That was it. You're right, JB. That was it.
See, that kid
we couldn't remember names. We kept it in order.
Bergie said the 25th. It's probably sometime that week, which would make sense. I guess then maybe it does make sense that it might end the week before UK because 8 weeks. It started a week later.
And it's supposed to be 6 weeks.
And it's supposed to be 6 weeks. So it's 2 weeks earlier than UK. So that might make sense.
Thank you, everybody. Paper, yes. What's your paper about, KB? I miss writing papers, actually. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much, chat, for being here with us as we rank these men. Please subscribe to both of our channels. All of our socials are in the description box below. Like this video. Let us know what is your ranking order of the black men in this villa. What's your ranking order for all the men of this villa? What's your ranking order for all the non-black men people in this villa? I want to hear all your thoughts on these men. I think that they're all trash, personally. Not all. Majority
90%.
But I want to hear your thoughts about it, please. Wait,
interesting.
The Black Death in a comparison to COVID.
Nice.
That's interesting. You should maybe pull in astrology because there's been a lot of correlations in what's been going on astrologically with certain catastrophes and different diseases and things that have impacted worldwide. And so maybe bring in some astrology into there. You never know. Anyways, you guys are great. Talk to you soon. Ciao, everybody.
Bye,